So the other day, actually it was a Sunday as well. I was supposed to carry heavy stuff on a Monday.
Right.
And my colleague Raj was like, "Ayo, John, how could you forget? It was in calendar some more. I sent to you. We have to carry heavy stuff today. Why you wear so nice?" So I was wearing the black color bottom slap jeans.
Yeah.
Not this one. Yeah. Right. The blue ones I feel like looks like the very American style type of thing, but I thought I wanted to wear black that day for some reason. But luckily I did. So I was like, "Ayo, Raj, why I go and I wear so nice jeans today some more?" Then he said, "No choice, bro. We have to push." So it's like 60 kilos per bag, and I was like pushing it through the entire warehouse. Yeah. And as you know, the warehouse is like damn long. It's like 80 meters. Right. And 60 kilo you have to push, right?
That's damn heavy, dude.
Yeah, man. Actually, to lift it off like a stack as well, and to put it on the ground and then push it is like a momentous task, to say the least, lah, right? But luckily, you know, when you squat down and all that, they have this like, I don't know what is it called, like the ABC. I think they say something like anti-ball crusher.
Oh, is that how they market it?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be called ABC, but I don't know whether
it's the way the seams are. So
yeah. If you look over here, I mean the camera is, but maybe I'll just stand up and then put my foot up. You look over here.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
This thing over here.
That's right.
Like, bro, this shit actually damn useful, you know.
Yeah, because it's super stretchy.
Yeah. And it doesn't rip. So when I was going up and down, then after that, Raj pants also like kind of tore a bit. Then he's like, "Oh, what shit. The fuck?" Then he said, "How come you can tahan?" I'm like, "I think it's because it's stretchy, man." But I think the con is my underwear was like soaking wet with sweat. And it took a while to dry off, but the pants dried off faster.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I feel like my Uniqlo pants, because it doesn't have that seam. I don't know how to describe it. It becomes
looser,
fluffy. You know, there's like
because it rubs against each other as well, right?
Yeah. So like the strings tend to like
come out looser.
Yeah, the fabric unfolds into strings, and then it looks damn annoying, and then it looks like it's gonna tear at any time. Yes. So I live my life in fear.
Yes.
But then you don't face this problem here.
Confidence, gives you the confidence.
I suppose it does.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm rubbing my crotch as you key in Yamcha 10. Key in Yamcha 10 for a 10% discount. Check out.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Hold on. Do you feel that? Do you hear that?
I would hope I don't feel it. I can hear it just fine.
It's so smooth. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
And a lot of people, why do you need to clap? Well, when you want to adjust the sound and the visuals, that clap, that peak, it's easiest to just align.
Exactly. Exactly.
Of course. Don't get that.
People just don't.
It's easier to edit with visual.
For sure lah.
Yeah, rather than
you go and see the lips and then you like.
You should realize long time ago in radio, before it became Windows and all that, it was analog. So how we edit sound is by hearing.
Oh my fucking god.
Jesus.
Wait, hold on, sorry. Music.
Oh yeah, it's okay. You know, DJ here, so music come out. I told you, there's powers that happen.
Here's your proof again, John.
Things happen for a reason, but
for the viewers and listeners, we're talking about jins, and not the G. It starts with J.
Yeah. Like the MC, Jin the MC. Yo, what's up, rapper? Y'all don't know who Jin the MC is, right?
I don't know Jin the MC. Bro.
Okay, you've got to Google the song called "Learn Chinese."
Learn Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh, Jin Hackman.
No. That's Malaysian.
Bro, how
American. Jin the MC. Learn Chinese.
It's like J or G?
He was the first Chinese rapper who was signed by...
is it this one?
Rough Riders. Yeah, Jin the MC.
But I cannot play music later because I'm demonetized.
He's the dude who did the extra little thing in our... I Got It For My Mama parody.
Oh.
And then there's a guy who raps, you know...
That was him, huh?
That was him. Because he came down... And he was just hanging out. He came down for an interview or something like that. And we're like, "Hey, dude, do you want to appear in our parody?" He's like, "What song?" And we told him, like, it's like, got It For My Mama. And then he's like, okay. He's like, okay. He went in the studio. He literally went in the studio and says, "Give me 2 minutes." And then
okay.
Okay, everybody get out. He walked into the booth, recorded the thing.
Wow, that's what you call talent.
And then next thing, he's like, "Okay, I want to layer this." And then, okay, done. Then we're like, damn it. That's why you get paid for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But some people just have that talent, you know?
Oh, sorry, I'm very Malaysian.
Hey, bro, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, bro. Actually, JJ, I wanted to ask, right?
Yes.
What does JJ stand for?
Johan Jochen.
Johan?
Johan Jochen.
Yes. Johan Jochen, Johan Jochen. Unfortunately, Malaysians can't pronounce her name.
So
It was
JJ,
always
JJ.
Johan Jochen, and I used to have nightmares about that shit. So I stuck to JJ. It's easy on radio, so. But yeah, Johan Jochen.
shit.
You can Google Jochen Rinse.
Jochen Rinse.
Jochen
Uh-huh.
Rinse RIDTZ, if I'm not mistaken.
DTZ Ritz.
Rinse. Ada? Rinse. Jochen Rinse, motorsport racing driver.
Holy shit.
He is the only Formula One race car driver to ever win the title after he died.
After he died?
Yeah,
does that even
so
work?
so he had enough points to win the title in that season, but 3 races before the season was over, he crashed his car and died.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
So either my dad wants me to drive really fast, and at my peak die, or I'm done. But
So he named you
Jochen
after him?
Yeah, Jochen. Jochen. That's my name.
Did you ever ask him why?
No, he said it's cool.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
no,
Fair
it's not cool in Malaysia, okay? Because Malaysians just are mean, especially kids.
Yeah, they are.
That is true.
Tan. I'm like, no, it's not. See, a lot of Chinese people laughing. Not
I think
Chinese. Like,
when you're
"What?
young-
what is he saying?
But when you're young, I think for sure. But when you grow older, I think it's damn cool to have a story attached to it.
It's very cool to have a story attached to it. It's I call it the second child syndrome. See, second child syndrome is all parents, first child, follow book. Everything has to be perfect, follow book. Second child, litmus test. Anything goes. And then the third child, that's why they are always the best. Because the first child is like, by the book, second one, whack me, then they know the
Perfect
balance.
ball.
Yeah.
So the third child is always the
Are you
adjusted. I'm the second.
You're bro. Don't you think he's so poigi? This
Oh.
Hey, come on, man.
I saw what?
Dude, okay, so a bit of context is Poige is the one that contacted you, ma.
Yeah.
Poige, right?
Yeah.
So have you ever met him in person?
No, I'm the type of person. Someone contact me on social media, and like, can do? I'm like, okay. And then everybody like, huh? Oh, I'm like, what? If it doesn't interrupt with my schedule, I just do it. But there's a rule, though. There's a rule. There's a payment that comes with this. The payment is, in the future, if you ever in a position to help someone else, and someone says, "Can you help me out?" You have to help. That's the only payment.
That's perfect. I feel.
So
Yeah.
that's
Confirm.
That's
Actually, we
how it
did so many times also lah. It's fun, man. I feel like just conversing over this is just.
No, but that's how even back then when I was at my radio morning crew and all that, and you see me appear in all this other YouTubers videos and all that. The payment was that. I just said they're like I'm like, I'm not looking for budget. I've just ever in the future someone asks for your help and you're in a position to help, you help.
That's
That's a good way to live life, man.
Yeah, man. That should be the way, lah. I swear to
It
God.
should be lah, but unfortunately we go. You know what? I become big first, then I pull you up. But when you big, like I got to get bigger, then only I can help you. It's like,
Bro, got such thing.
Yeah.
They just don't even reply, bro.
yeah, and that's how they roll. So I'm like, whatever.
It's fucking sad, lah. I swear, man.
It's the world, dude. Just the thing is, you just have to be nice all the time. And then if someone bites you or stings you, just realize don't play with that guy anymore, lah.
Bro, that's like the metaphor of how I live my life. I swear to God.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Right. Yeah, man.
I feel like it's how everyone should live their lives at this point.
But I think people just develop this skepticism and this like,
No,
you know.
okay. I have to say one thing about the younger generation compared to my generation. I didn't have envy, jealousy with my friends or why? Because their successes wasn't blasted in my face constantly. You see it every bloody day.
Yeah,
I
bro.
only see it when I hang out with my old friends.
Yeah.
It's like, hey bro, let's hang out. Then suddenly one BM comes, like, oh, okay, he's doing well. you know?
Yeah.
But in front of your face, like, oh, I'm so proud of you, man. But inside, like, bloody hell, I gotta catch up with you. So we didn't have constant reminders of how far others
True.
are. So we judged our success based on our life.
True.
So that's why y'all got pressures and everyone else got pressures. We like whatever.
You see on Insta story and then people hold like a stack of cash and
Yeah,
shit.
but it's all fake, you
Yeah,
know,
bro.
right? It's just
You know.
fronting.
Okay, so if you give yourself like literally just 10 seconds to think, you're like, maybe this is something else.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's so instant. So
Yeah.
when you go next story,
Yeah.
it's still the back of your mind.
Yeah, I know. But I just learn to just ignore it. Hey, Sally, sorry, this is not sponsored.
No, it's not.
Although it can be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you really want to be sponsored by Nestle?
If they give you money, just take.
Is it?
Just take.
Based on your experience, you should just take.
No, if anyone wants to give you money and there's no clause to it, just take.
Oh, that one, yes lah. But you know how like when they're big brands, right?
Yeah, then tell them no lah.
Yeah lah, true lah, right?
It is what it is. Yeah.
Stick to your shit.
Yeah, man. I
Stick
fucking
to your
I
shit.
cannot.
Just stick to your shit. That a lot of people. The funny part is now you see me on social media and people ask me questions. The funniest question I always get is how to create good content. I say simple, just go into your toilet, look in the mirror. Do you know who that person is?
Whoa.
So if you don't know that person, then what kind of content you want to create? Because you got to know yourself and what you like and all that then. Or else you're just going to create content all over the place. You're not hitting you. And then eventually this becomes a job. It becomes like, oh shit, I got to do another video. I'm like,
I know, man.
so don't do that. Do shit that makes you happy.
For sure. I swear. It's a recurring thing, right? If you look across the world.
Everywhere. And I was, like
Yeah,
I
man.
said, my career was lucky enough. I knew who I was. I knew to a point where that's why I'm not on radio and all that. It's because I always fought with the bosses when they want us to do something or mold ourselves based on something else.
Like a character or whatever.
We were tried. They tried to mold us around Hamish and Andy, these two famous Australian radio DJs, and they did gotcha calls and all that as well. They did prank calls
Holy
also.
fucking shit.
So they wanted us to be exactly like them. But for me, I'm like, look, I am funny, quirky, and all that shit. But I'm Asian. I'm not mean. I don't know how to be mean. I can be direct. I can stand up for myself, but I don't know how to be mean. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean. So always fight lah, you know. Like, oh no, must do like this. I'm like, yeah, okay. Then on air we do something else.
But when you were young, did you always want to be on radio?
No. Radio was luck. Actually, radio was an accident.
Oh.
So my whole life, wherever I've gone, came from failure. I even did a TED talk about this.
You've done a TED talk.
Yeah, the TED talk
super cool.
title is called "Failing to Succeed." I think.
Bro, do I Google Johan Joken or do I Google JJ?
I don't know. Failing to succeed. Just say
Failing to succeed. Hopefully no
TED
porn
talk.
comes up lah, bro.
TED talk. I don't know. No, don't know. It was on. It's on YouTube somewhere. I don't know where.
Bro, fuck.
Are there?
Holy shit.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Holy
Failure
shit.
equals success. Something like that.
Bro.
So,
Fuck, that's
the
crazy.
basic idea of it is everything I've done in my life came from another chapter closing, a failure of something.
I see.
So radio came from me having a little hoo-ha in my university, which I had to extend a bit because of my silliness and stupidness and not knowing exactly what to do properly. But because of that, I joined the cruises. And the rest is history. After I graduated, stay lah. I'm like, okay lah.
But you did engineering, right? I saw on your LinkedIn.
So I stayed, and then when I was on radio, I mean, as the cruiser, I'm the type of guy who won't go, okay, I just got this, I just do this. I'm the type of guy, I'm here, okay, what else can I learn? So when I joined the cruises, they are in the promotions department. So I sat down and learned everything I could about the promotions. That took me 6 months. After 6 months, I'm like, okay, I've done, actually 3 months. Then after that, I'm bored. I don't know what else to learn. So I used to sit down with the sound engineer after that, the guys who make the sound and all that. So the bosses don't know this. I used to, like, after my work. So my work would be about 7 in the morning till about 7 in the evening. So it's long. So after 7 in the evening, I'll sit down with the sound engineers and ask them to teach me how to use the Pro Tools, how to edit, how to use the board and all that.
I see.
But to a point where they were so happy to see me because I'll come and do their work and they go down and smoke. And then they come out and tweak a few things. Okay, it's perfect. And then they put it up and not telling the boss that I did it. But at the end of the day, I knew how to do that. So after I learned that, I'm like, what else? Okay, I remember Fly Guy came to me and like, Fly Guy was my radio icon. And Fly came to me and said, you have to be on radio. I'm like, I'm already on radio. He's like, no. Ask for a weekend slot. I'm like, okay. So went to the boss and asked, can I have a weekend slot? And then he's like, if you want a weekend slot, you got to create your own show. I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to pay you. Okay, said. So I had a 3-hour short slot every weekend, which I was not paid for, but I did it. And I created this 3 different shows within 3 hours. So the first show is called the Hits All Asia show. So the Hits All Asia show, we used to discuss Japanese hip hop and
Various genres from different countries.
exactly, but all Asian, all right. But this, you're talking about the year 1999, okay?
That's
This
tough,
is
man.
before Korean and all
The-
that
yeah.
Annyeonghaseyo and BTS and all that. But because of that crazy thing I did, you're talking about all the ABCs from Hong Kong who came down. All of them showed up in my show to interview. I interviewed Wang Li Home and all that. Because
my
they're all ABCs. So I speak to them about music and slumber lah, because All Asia show. So that was one show. The other show, I just wanted to do a normal slot. And the third show, this, once again, think it's 1999. There's no concerts and all that. So rather than playing the same bloody music, I had to find the music labels and ask them, do you have live version of the same music we play?
shit,
They say,
that's
yeah,
so
got.
cool.
So I'm like, okay, set. So I designed the show in a way where instead of, you know, music normally like DJs, you hear the in the background. I actually made recorded sounds like a crowd, like a concert. And I did the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show today. It's like, shh, hey, stop pushing lah. And that's what I did.
It's like a story,
So
like a
I
scenario.
made it like a concert. I say, close your eyes, sprinkle some water. That's the sweat, you know, from other people sweating on you. And oh, look who's on stage! It's Jay-Z, and then just play the song that was supposed to be the
live
normal
version,
song, but I played the live version. So that was the 3-hour show I did for a year.
Did that stay on? No, right? In the end, you just transitioned to morning breakfast.
No. After that, my God, you all don't know my story. Okay, okay.
No, not at all.
It's tough to find, bro.
Because Anyway, so after that, doing part-time. And the part-time was, remember my job was the cruises, driving around.
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
The DJ was just for the fun of it. All right. And then in the year 2000, I'm like, okay, they finally like, okay, we'll give you a on-air slot. And my on-air slot was 2 to 6 in the morning. They used to call it the graveyard shift.
Yeah, bro.
Nobody loves
listens.
that shift. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the exact mentality everybody who goes into that has. My mind was, okay, perfect. This is the place I can have fun because I can do all kinds of mistakes. On radio back then, I like I said, it was live, but it was analog. So we have this thing called the parachute, which is the 8-second delay. So whatever I say, it goes through a system, 8 seconds, then it blasts.
Yes.
So you have a button to hear what's live, what you're talking about here, or what's going up. So I practice messing up. So I go, blah, 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 I deliberately say bad words and go to the live and come close to there and cut it off and then continue talking so that it sounds like a flow and nobody noticed I make mistakes. So
My
I
God.
deliberately made mistakes so that when I eventually go to a normal shift, I'm not afraid to make mistakes.
Because you know how to.
It's just second nature. So I did that. And I also changed the way I start my show. I always started my show because Hits was on the internet. So I started my show and said, hey, what's up? I know the sun is set here down in Malaysia, but it's up somewhere else. If you want to give me a call, go ahead. And I used to get a lot of calls from the UK. Oh my God, tell my mom I love them. I'm like, yes, but your mom is sleeping. But okay, I will do it. You know what I mean? But that's what I did. So whatever situation you're given, never go, okay, what can I do here?
Bro.
What can I figure out to, how can I learn?
2 to 6 is fucking hardcore.
It's the worst. You're living in UK time when everyone else is.
Right.
But it's so crazy how people in the UK are listening at that time as well, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
this is radio.
it's afternoon.
Yeah.
In the internet, while they're studying, they got their computer open.
Yeah.
They still want something from home. They do that.
Damn, that's fucking wild, man.
So that's what I did. So I did that for 6 months. Then they tried to move me down to top 30, the Hits top 30. And that my first on-air shift, normal time was top 30. And my co-host was Serena C. So it was me and Serena C, which was 7 to 10. And at the same time, I started learning the music exec part. So the music exec are the people who design the music for all radio shows. They are the guys who schedule the music.
Yeah.
Okay. So nowadays it's separated. A music exec is just a music exec. A DJ is just a DJ.
What?
Me, I actually
both lah.
I was both. So the music exec does for the whole station. Okay. So and they give you an allowance extra, which is. But for me was I want to know how to use this.
Yeah, yeah.
So I started learning the system more than just the normal system. So they normally like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. I'm like, okay, where's the manual? They're like, no one's asked for the manual. Give me the freaking manual. So I learned the manual to a point where analog is button
Yeah,
sequence.
yeah.
Someone goes, something wrong with the system. Okay, press this, press that, that. Okay, yeah, this page, right? Okay, click this. That's how good I was at that stage.
Wow, bro, you are actually doing a third job, lah. Actually, that means you service also.
See, at the end of the day, whatever I would do, I would like to know every element. I would like to be able to do all the jobs. Main reason, so no one can bullshit me.
Oh, true.
So if someone says, "Oh, cannot do," like last time, like the engineers are like, "Hey, I need this cable." Oh, bro, cannot do. I like, really? Give me your workstation. Okay. Give me one day. I'm like, don't mess around, lah. And by knowing what other people have to go through, you don't put extra pressure on them.
And you have empathy as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So you don't put extra pressure. You need something, and you know how long it'll take, and you know the workload they have.
That's
so.
We need more people like that.
No,
I swear to God.
But look, you learn all this, you'll go further because that knowledge that I have, no one can take it from me. You can take away my job, you can take everything, but you cannot take away my knowledge.
Alzheimer's can.
That's whole thing. That's called that took a turn. Time can take away anything. Time can take
But
away.
I get where you're coming from because,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know why, right? I swear, it's just a recent occurrence, right? Actually, no lah. I think my whole fucking life, lah. I swear to God, bro. I feel like when I get tissue. No, don't worry. I get tissue.
You know I'm laughing, dude. You're half my age, and whole fucking life sounds like so long. I'm like, sorry, dude. See, dude, everything just don't say whole fucking life while I'm drinking coffee. But that was funny. I'm sorry.
No.
Bloopers.
It's not a blooper, bro. It's going live.
It was funny, dude. My whole fucking life. Sorry, whenever I hear that or someone
Half your
dude,
age, yeah.
You're 30 is not old. 30 is of amazing. A lot of people. I keep telling you this. All right, before you start having a family and everything, and commitments and bullshit, that's the time you have to learn. That's the perfect time to make mistakes. That's the perfect time to fail and do everything wrong.
When's the wrong time to fail?
When you have
When you have the family.
when you have commitments, it's not you cannot fail. It's harder to fail, and there's more consequences to your failure. But if it's yourself, screw it, fail. Pick yourself up and do
Just
new
redo
thing,
again,
learn.
I guess.
So even like I'm telling you, everything I learned, I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just like, shit, I just want to learn it. And if I got a chance to suddenly be a sound engineer, fuck it, I'll do it. There's nothing wrong. It's just, my God, I just...
Sorry, it's
That,
okay.
that one has to go slow-mo, man. I'm sorry. I fucked up
No,
your
don't
table.
worry about it.
But
Don't
yeah,
worry about it.
Cool.
I feel like in my life, not my whole life, then
Only
my
when he's
working
drinking coffee.
career. In my working career,
That's
that's a better.
Yeah.
In my working career,
Alright.
so far,
Yep.
as time has progressed, right, I realized that a lot of the people that I work with are going through that same thing where they don't want to learn the additional like department, and then when they request for something, they don't understand the complexity and the amount of work that has to
Correct.
go into producing something that you want.
Correct.
By end of day to day.
Correct.
Bro, I fucking hate that shit, you know, when they say end of day to day and they ask for it.
They don't understand. That's the
You don't even know the amount of workload that person has.
100%. I understand where you're coming from. Because that's why when at the end, when I was at Red, I was like in managerial position. I knew exactly everybody's job. I knew what you can and cannot do. So when I push you to a point, I know how far I can push you. Because I know if you do not want to reach that point, that means you're just lazy. It's nothing to do with anything else except that I don't want to do it.
It's
I'm
a
lazy.
mentality, like, I guess, right?
So I'll push you to that point. I'm like, look, if you say you cannot do it, fine. Let me do it then. Then they'll be like,
Bro, that's the same thing my ex-boss used to do. I said, is it?
Yeah.
Then I do for you lah. Then people are like, oh shit.
no, because I can do it. If you think I cannot do it, I can do it. I'll do
But
it.
a lot of people don't have that now, I feel.
Because people just want to, I do this and then I succeed. This is my plan, my road. This is my journey to success. Journey, which highway is straight? You think Autobahn, is it?
Autobahn. Is Autobahn straight? I also don't think
Autobahn
is it straight?
is more or less pretty straight. That's
Pretty
why
straight,
you can,
pretty straight.
it doesn't have a speed limit to it.
You think Autobahn?
Yeah. No, but that's life. When you say your journey in life, it's not a straight road. It's
For sure.
bumpy. It's you got to take the
sure.
off road, and sometimes there's a tree across the road. You're like, shit, I got to take detour. That is life. It's not straight flowing. I know our parents lied to us. Study hard, get good results, get good job, life's good. Liar.
Yeah, that was a
Bro.
con.
It's a con.
Total con
It's a
job, bro.
con.
Yeah.
So you have to realize, work hard, study hard, maybe get good results, then try to apply for the job you like. Don't do another job to survive, to then while apply and learn new things, and then suddenly maybe fall in love with something else, study new. That's life.
Yeah, but actually, right, with all that happening, like, how did you meet your wife then? Because if
I
you're
met
doing
my wife before I was on radio.
holy crap, what in like uni?
No, I met my wife way before radio. I can give you the exact date we started dating. 10th of June, 1997.
Bro, that's like a few days ago. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats. Belated congrats, but
Happy X anniversary of your dates.
So that's when we started dating. And yeah.
was it in school or
No.
it's working still?
I left school in 93. So I left from 5 in 93.
Holy shit. I was born in 92.
Suddenly like,
I wasn't even born then. You know.
I'm that old.
Oh, okay. So, but she stuck with you all the way because it's so hardcore. It's grueling.
See the
though.
way that line
Yeah, a
line
bit
came out,
backhanded,
yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
No.
She stuck with you all this while.
It's not about
I don't
that.
believe. No, just joking. I'm just joking.
No,
I can take.
it's tough because I know what it's like, right? Having a partner that works really late, and vice versa. She would also have to
Yeah.
know that you work really off hours.
But
Once in a while, it's fine, you know.
The lucky part for me, you have to realize, is when I became morning crew. All right, I was doing the morning show for 12 years, from monkey to monkey, Chinese calendar. Okay,
Bro, what?
So literally, I'm not
monkey to
joking. Monkey to monkey.
2004.
I had monkey is
I'm 92. I'm a year of the monkey.
95, right? And
92 is monkey.
92.
8 plus 2004 lah.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Fuck. 12 years.
12 years.
monkey to monkey.
Monkey to monkey. God damn.
So that's what I did.
But in doing it in that period, right? you have to
Oh,
wake
sorry, I forgot to say. Because of that, yes, I have to wake up early. Yes, I sleep early. But I got to see my kids grow up. I pick them up from school.
Wow.
I hang out with them.
I see.
So because of that, they don't want to hang out with me anymore because I'm not cool. It's like, Dad, we are teenagers, leave us alone. I'm like, okay.
Hey, but you got to see them grow. That's damn good already.
That's very rare, actually,
Yeah.
especially these days.
Fucking lucky, dude. I'm
Yeah, man.
Fucking lucky. So those are the blessings. People ask me what's so great about the radio thing. I got to see my kids grow up.
What did your wife do?
My wife has the hardest job in the world. She's the CEO of the house.
Oh, man.
It is a tough job.
It's the toughest job.
It's a
in the
tough
world.
It is
ass
a
job.
tough
I'm
job.
like, I've got so much respect. So I remember when I could afford it back then when I was on radio. I remember once I was like, here, go to Bali. She's like, what? Just go for a week or two. Just go.
Enjoy.
I got the house, and I took care of the kids. And I'm like, just go find friends or whatever.
Find friends.
Just go. I mean, like, no, you have to realize, because when you become a parent, eventually you forget that you're a human being. Your priority becomes your kids.
Yeah.
But you should not forget you're a human being too, because that's when you forget and say it later, that's when anxiety, anger, everything builds.
Right.
I need advice for this shit, man. Because, like, I'm not like engaged yet, but I'm almost there, lah. Right? I already have the ring and shit, but I'm struggling to find a reason why I should have kids, knowing how hectic and busy life is.
You will never find a reason until you hold your own kid.
Is it?
I never knew the reason. I always was afraid of being a father, and tomorrow is Father's Day, so I was afraid everything. But I made it a joke where I say the first person who created the OS update is God, because I remember all that fear and I don't know whether I can be a father. As soon as I helped my son, that's like download, new update. Oh, now I know what to do.
Right.
But the weird part, I remember after holding a while, looking, and then getting the update, and then like, okay, wife, take back the child, called my parents up and said sorry. Because I understood their line of when I was 21 and like we were worried. I'm like, shh, I'm 21, chill. But I understand what they meant by we were worried. You will never understand until you hold your own kid.
Why would you worry over your 21 child?
It's your job.
Because you're just concerned, lah. I mean, are they really getting the best? Are they going? Do they have a future? Do they have security?
It's your job. You always want the best for your kids.
Yeah.
I'll take a bullet for my son. I'll take a bullet for my family anytime. So you'll say that to your girlfriend and all that,
Sure.
but
You don't mean it
you
unless
don't
it's your
really
children.
mean it.
Until you have a kid, then you throw your
Until
wife.
You see that's your flesh and blood, and you see that innocent child who can do nothing except if you help it, and you got to nurture it to grow. Because if you don't do it right, you don't know what will happen to it. And then when they go out into the world, you worry for them, but you have to let them fall.
Yeah.
Because that's how you learn.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
hard, bloody.
It's a process in a
balance
way
to-
that it's.
You're always learning. Like I've said this before. My kids have taught me more than I ever will teach them. So, yeah, you will never know until you carry your own child.
But did you have to be like financially ready, emotionally
that,
ready? You know?
that I was.
Yeah.
I made sure that, like, when I got married to my wife, and we said, like, we wait 2 years, just us, then we have kids.
Oh, okay.
That was the rule.
Yep.
It's like,
Have some time together, figure it out.
become husband and wife first, lah. We
Yeah.
just got married, you want kid, is it?
That's
That
why.
night already make. I mean, like, like the fun, the process can continue, but the end result,
Sure.
you can control the end result. There's so many ways of doing that. So figure out ways to control the end result, but the process, continue that for 2 years, and then.
How many kids do you have? Sorry?
Two.
You have two kids.
My son is 15 and my daughter is 12.
Are these tough years, or were they tougher when they were younger?
They say terrible twos, but they never tell you about the horrible threes and the insufferable fours and the painful fives, and it
So on and
goes
so
on.
forth,
It just
lah.
continues
Yeah.
forever. So yeah,
I'm so.
Since having kids, has that changed the relationship you have with your wife?
yes, but relationships is work. Please don't believe
Yeah.
after you get married is done.
Yeah.
It's still
People think it's a happy ending type of thing. You
it's
go off into the
constant
sunset.
work. It's not. Disney has fooled everybody because
Swear.
you only see them ride off into the sunset. You don't know what happens after that.
Yeah,
Right? There's a
don't know
lot
the
of work.
arguments. You don't know.
There's a lot of work. While they're riding, like, can you not ride so fast?
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly.
You can't hear. They're far away. You just don't know what they're saying.
It worries me, man. It worries me.
I'm just saying.
But did your kids' friends know who you were?
No, they were too young.
No way, bro.
I
Come
mean,
on.
like, yeah, God lah, their teachers and the friends' parents. But I was always like, hello, I'm me. I never saw myself as anything but me, not a DJ.
But your kids never got anything out of it, no?
My niece had a lot lah. So my niece, because my niece was older.
Oh, okay.
So my niece, her friends were always like, oh, your uncle's JJ, why you didn't tell me? She's like, what? Hi, I'm this and this is my uncle. It's like, this is a
true.
stupid
It's
line.
true.
You know what I mean?
It's true. Like, how do you even do this?
It's like
right?
you're trying to flex. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, he is. So, you know what I mean? Calm down, everybody. But yeah, that's the story. Lah.
Oh shit. Oh, so you were with Serena C, and then you transitioned to having a.
So I was Serena
Ian.
C top 30. After top 30, I moved to what the hell? I did afternoon slot, no, morning slot, which is 10 to 1. Sorry, afternoon slot. After the afternoon slot, I did drive, and while I was doing drive, I was the backup crew, and I used to do the weekend slot with Rudy. And whenever Fly and Kev went on holiday, we took over.
Wow.
So, and then after that, Fly and Kev, the drama happened.
Wait, what?
The DJs, you see the drama around
That time I was 12, 13.
Okay,
so
so
I'm
the
like,
drama that surrounds me, it's not unique to me. What the management tried to do to Fly and Kev, because they were very powerful, was break them up. So they wanted to just like, no, you move to drive and this one, because they didn't want them together because they were powerful. So they just came in and told them that, and these two guys like, screw it, we were walking out, and they walked out. So
Wow.
Fly and Kev walked out because they say, this is against our contract. We signed the contract and you just try and break it. So I remember the night before, the boss called me and said, leave your phone on. I'm like, for what? So I'm like, just leave your phone on. I'm like, okay, fine. So I left my phone on. I remember I got a call at 7 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning. It says, come in. I'm like, come in for what? So they said, come in. So I was like, fine. I went in, and Fly and Kev not there, and they like take over for a while. I'm like, what do you mean for a while? Just take over the show. I'm like, all right. So I took over the show. Then after 2 weeks of doing it alone,
What the fuck?
Jesus.
I was like,
Those are big shoes to fill,
I can't do this alone. This is very tiring. Can I bring in Rudy? And then the boss told me, if you can convince him to do it for free, yes. Then I'm like, okay.
Wow, so kiam siap, this
So I convinced Rudy to do it for free. So Rudy came in and did it for free with me for another 2 weeks. And then the boss came to me and is like, hey, guess what? We hired J-Lo. I'm like, okay. So I knew already what's going to happen. So they hired Jason Lowe and put Jason Lowe in and moved me back to drive. So
I see.
Wow, that's kind of a dick move, bro.
That's-
Kind of used you and abused you.
I couldn't be bothered. So anyway, when they did that, I'm like, cool, whatever. But I was still the music exec. So I was in management as sat down in. So Jason Lowe and Rudy was the morning crew for a year. A lot of people forget that. So Jason and Rudy were the morning crew for a year. And I remember within all radio stations, they have this thing called perception surveys. So they have their own survey within the normal survey that they run. See, the other survey is nationwide, but then the perception survey is done only by the station itself. So
By the internal people at the station.
internal people, and they hire people and the whole
Okay.
ding dong lah. So with those results, that's how we formulate plans and what to do. And I remember they brought in a consultant from Australia, and so we all had a weekend. All the station managers and the music execs and all the manager people in there planning the strategy and all. And I remember one of the questions they asked is, name any DJ you know, the name. So the top name that time was the era DJs, the Malay DJs. So Halim Othman was at the top. So Halim, you know, the Roda Impian and all. So Halim
Roda
was
Impian, wow, I haven't heard that damn
so
long.
Yeah, same.
Halim was first, second was Linda On, the third name was my name, and then it was the Chinese station and Mo Malay and all that. And there was no other English names there. And I remember the guy asked, "Who's this?" I like, "It's me." Then they like, why is your name
Name on the
here,
list.
not your morning crew? I said, I don't know. Next week, they're like, hey, we're going to give you an opportunity to become morning crew. I'm like, I was in the meeting.
It's not a
What are you
surprise.
telling me? I know what's going on here. No. I'm like, so whatever. But yeah,
Such an industry,
I mean, it's capitalism, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm like, whatever. So, and so they kept us down as long as they could.
But then how did Rudy join?
Rudy, J-Lo and Rudy. During
Oh,
that
J-Lo
time.
and Rudy was
So,
oh.
see, Rudy came in for free until they hired J-Lo, and then
Then they paid him.
they paid Rudy. But they paid...
Fucking hell, bro. That sounds like a dicker move now at this point.
But they paid Rudy 3 times lesser... 3 times lesser than how much J-Lo was being paid. No, wait. Sorry, not 3 times. Yeah, about 3 times.
Wait. First,
Three
I
is
got
a lot.
I got so many fucking questions now. First of all, how do you know how much they get paid?
Because we are friends.
So they just say.
Oh,
only
no. The other person, Jason Lowe, how I know is because when we became morning crew, I got paid exactly how much Rudy got paid. So, and then we have to pull gotcha calls. So we pull gotcha call on Jason Lowe, asked the boss to pull gotcha call on Jason Lowe, saying like, you're not doing a good job, blah, blah. So Jason Lowe thought it was real and says, yeah, I know, I know, with my pay you can get 3 more people like JJ and Rudy. We're like, wait, hold on, what? Then you see the boss's face, no. I'm like, how much is getting paid? Then we found out how much you got paid. By accident. It's not they wanted to tell us.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah, but
on so many ways,
yeah.
bro.
So
How does that make you?
pissed off, but you see the weird part about me, I can take a lot. Because at the end of the day, if I know I'm learning and achieving something, I can take it. I can take the pain. So it was painful, but I understood what it was because I remember the pay when we did it. If you go through my TikTok, you'll see the exact numbers I put in, how much. So the first pay as the morning crew, remember Fly and Kev, if I'm not mistaken, their pay was 25,000 a month. Rudy and I was 5.
Right.
So we did 5, and then they told us, you're new, so you're not proven, so you've got to prove yourself and get this amount of targets and before we can give you the money. So we hit the target, we surpassed the target, and then when it's time for the new contract, now we're going to give you $1,000 more, and this is your new target. So we always hit our targets, but we never got the money. Eventually, towards the end, where I go, enough is enough, I don't want this anymore. All right, we have to negotiate. Then only, okay, we give you big money, but from that point on already, they try to get rid of me.
Wow.
Because I'm already asking for money.
It's corporate capitalism.
Yes, but you have to realize, when I was morning crew, Rudy and I was not the highest paid English announcers.
Dude,
in Malaysia.
you, JJ and Rudy, right, were the names I always hear in the whole fucking morning, in school every morning, okay, for like years, dude.
No, but you have to realize, we design our shows so that you'll talk about us.
Oh.
So the structure, that how we design our shows, were to a point where we led you down a journey while you think it's spontaneous. It was
scripted.
It's not scripted. It was anticipated.
Oh.
So
there was a goal of
there's
some way.
So how we structure this, I do my online classes. I teach people how to present. So one of the things I tell people is, you have to know where you want to go. So you start off with the topic you want to discuss. All right, fine, topic you want to discuss. What's the conclusion you're leading to? Don't just leave it blank. Where do you want? That's where I say, look in the mirror. So in the mirror, this is the topic. What's my answer? This is my answer, but I'm not going to tell everybody that that's the answer, because this is my opinion. All right, but I would love for you to discuss after the fact. But now I've got there, I've got here. Now I start plotting things that I think people will call up and add to the topic, and so on and so forth. But it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay, this is point, this is point, this point. Because if you call me and I'm talking about A, and then suddenly you lead to C, I'm like, okay, fine, let's talk about C. Then I bring back up B. But I just cover up all the points.
It's the links that link together.
That slowly lead to the final part, which is called the call to action, where I leave it to y'all. So what do y'all think? Y'all add to it. And it's called the water cooler talk. I used to call it the water cooler talk.
Go to the water cooler and have a conversation.
It's because after the show is done, I want you to discuss that part, the water cooler talk part, where you go, hey, you heard them in this morning, but. That's what I wanted y'all to do. It's all planned.
I see.
And that's why we take a lot of work into each of our shows. Even the little sound effects that you hear, everything is planned. Everything is discussed, and it's a lot of work.
That's a lot of strategy back end as well, man.
Of course, because I wanted good shows. I didn't want to just walk in, hello, blah, 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 and leave. I'm not that kind of person.
Because of the KPI you have to meet as
No,
well.
it's
me.
I want a good show. The shows I enjoy is the shows that I leave brain dead. I'm like so tired, mentally thinking of how to, because we're doing it live. You have to realize, when we started radio, everything was live. There's no pre-recorded. Nowadays, everything's pre-recorded. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So it's, even though they are in the studio, they pre-record it, they put it there, they cut it up, make it look nice, and then they put it in slot, and then they record the next one. So if you don't believe on the pre-records, have any of you, I know if there are people watching, has any of you heard, it's like, I give you hits, I'm just going to use it. Hits.fm, play you. Hits.fm, they forgot to edit that part. That's why you have that. It's just because they forgot to edit it out. So it's all pre-recorded, in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm still like thinking about that whole period where you're like, oh,
I'm way past that already,
bro.
Yeah. You have
3
to realize,
times though. Come on.
Yeah, man. Like,
That's just a slap in the face.
Yeah, I know.
did you ever have that conversation with Rooney? Be like, hey, bro, I think we really need to go and talk to fucking management.
no, we did, but that's why they always pushed a bit, and then eventually I had enough. I cannot do this. We already proved ourselves multiple times. So then only they're like, okay, fine, we'll give you this contract and blah blah. I'm like, okay lah. So yeah, but by then already I'm in the bad books. So slowly try to weed us out.
My God, the patience that you had to go through that, brother. I don't know whether a lot of people today would have that patience to.
But that being said, that's the painful part about it. But I enjoyed my job. I enjoyed creating the shows. I enjoyed entertaining people. That I really enjoyed that part. So I didn't want the money to be the thing, the driving force. I really wanted to I enjoyed doing the shows. the money would have been a nice.
But it's also completely disrespectful, you know. That's
I
the
know.
thing, you know.
I know.
Correct.
You should see the Australian consultants always come in and talk to us, and I was like, hey, you guys, you're doing well, and we're like, how much do you think we make? And then they're like, you see Hamish and Andy's house, like big mansion with a swimming pool, because they earn millions over there. So if you're in the morning crew, you'll earn millions, all right? So they assume we're there. I'm like, no, we are 6,005. Then they're like, ringgit. They're like, yeah. Okay. And then they're like, then they look at the numbers and like, they are not new. You can see their brain. Their brains are like, I don't get this. But yeah.
It's like the white woman meme with the math behind.
They're like,
bro.
I don't get this. Do not compute. But yeah, that's life, dude. But because of my hard work, you know who I am.
For sure.
Oh yeah, dude. I've heard your name more than I've heard my own name.
Actually, I think that's true. I think I hear your name, bro. You were a conversation, right, in Standard 5 and Standard 6 every fucking day. And actually, it was because of Hits FM.
Yeah.
I started listening to music.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, believe it or not, right, I didn't even listen to music until I was like 10 or 11.
Right.
Because I just thought, it's just music. And I used to listen to Light and Easy because that's what my dad used to listen to.
Fair enough.
And that's only what I listen to because you don't have control over what the fuck your dad wants to play, right? So you just listen on the then only when you go to school.
Careless whispers.
Yeah. George Michael and shit. Then when your friends are, hey bro, did you listen to JJ and Rudy this morning? The gotcha call, damn funny. Then I'm like, what's that? Then I only know the then they're like, bro, how old are you? 40 or what?
No, but the weird part about Rudy and I's appeal, a lot of parents accepted our jokes. You know why or not? Because if only like you can listen back to our old talk sets, we not only designed the show to be, whatever I just told you, we also speak in two levels. In other words, kids will get one joke while I'm saying it, and adults will get the subtle meanings behind it. So that's why parents enjoyed our jokes.
That's actually brilliant.
But it's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
But that's so difficult.
So that's why
very
parents listen. Yeah. We had our people who listen to us from 12 years old all the way to 40, 50 people like.
Yeah.
And then the silly ones, you'll get them calling back like the parents like, really? Yeah. What? It's like my kids just laughing. I'm like, yeah, I know. Don't worry, it's all good. Then he's like, thanks, man, and then put down.
But I think at that period of time, a lot of things were more chill as well in terms of content. Nowadays, it's so sensitive.
Because a lot of it we added to it. Rudy and I, you see, when we started radio, the compliance book was that big. When we left radio, the compliance book was that big. Because every time they pull us in, we're like, there's no law. We pushed it to this part. Oh, then they create a law. Then we push.
So it's your fucking fault, bro.
I mean, like, there's still ways to push it. You have to realize there's still ways to discuss. I can tell you, but it's like I give you this, all right? This is during GE13. This is before the last 14, so 13. Right. So I remember I was already at Red FM, and my boss wanted to kill me, but I'm like, come on, it's okay. We had a planned show, whatever, but I came into the thing, first front page, PM to announce Dream Cabinet. I'm like, yes. So I discussed it on air. I said, so what's your dream cabinet? Just give me a call and tell me. Because we had an adult crowd there. So I said, just tell me your dream cabinet. So mine will be, I don't mind any cabinet. But, if whichever compartment is not working, I want to take it down. Because it's my cabinet, right?
Yeah.
Then everybody like, yeah. Then everybody got it to speak in metaphors. So someone called up and like, yeah, any cabinet can, as long as glass doors. I want transparency. I want to see it through. So everybody got that. But the one that my boss wanted to kill me was someone called up, yeah lah. And then she's like, why you play on air? I'm like, she was talking about cabinet. What do you think she's talking about? She's like, don't lie. I'm like, sorry. So the line was, Yala, I don't know what cabinet my mother put up. 60 years cannot take down. Stupid screws.
Yeah, I mean, if you take it technically, I was referring to the cabinet at home.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. And then my boss like, JJ, I'm like, but what? Did you get complaints? No, but I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Wow. Actually, that one quite smart as well.
No, but there's a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about whatever is going on now. It's like, so if your boss got caught stealing, do you still listen to him?
As long as he keeps paying me, I guess. Right? I guess so.
Because he's the. But the truth is, the money is not coming from him. He's just the boss.
Yeah, he's just
the
the medium,
company.
Yeah,
is the
that's
one
right.
that's making the money. So why aren't we telling the boss like, yo, cannot?
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
Why are we so scared of the boss? He doesn't control the money. He's just the boss. The company has the money. Shareholders are the one who is.
That is true. That is true.
So we've
Many ways to do this. Yeah,
Maybe
clearly
it's-
many
So
ways
be
to do this.
smart on
Yeah,
how
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to talk. As long as there's a direct answer to what you are speaking, but people understand what you mean,
right.
then go ahead, do whatever you need to do, dude. I've discussed a lot of things. I've discussed even, I remember I had a YouTube show once.
Yeah.
Sorry, Facebook live show. It's called Your MC. So I remember one of the segments I discussed was the fact that this one, I don't know, you're going to get in trouble, but it's not. It's just
I welcome trouble.
So,
Drew, I don't know.
So
Let's not talk about Shopee now, you know?
Yeah, let's not do
the
that.
discussion was, I remember the two lesbians or something like that who got caned in Terengganu last time.
Yes.
What in
So
the
there was a big.
fuck?
Yes, I recall that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you remember the big drama. So my discussion was not about the religious aspect about it.
Okay.
So the religious aspect about it, it's religion. You cannot discuss that part, all right? Even the punishment, you cannot discuss the punishment. But how the punishment was doled out, where they brought in witnesses, they made a big spectacle of it, that is wrong. That's against religion. Because you're supposed to just punish, not embarrass.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what I discussed.
I see. The
There's
shame
not-
behind it.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up. Wait, I didn't even know this happened. Did this happen this year?
No,
this
no.
year.
It was
Maybe a couple of years ago?
2017, 18, around there. But
Holy shit.
So everything has an element to it. You have to see the human element to it. There's certain things you cannot discuss because of the country we're in. And you have to respect that because everybody. But if you respect that enough and do your due diligence and understand the whole thing, then you can discuss it.
Sounds like you didn't do engineering since you did like a bit of law. behind
No,
the scenes.
everything is engineering, bro. Everything is engineering. Everything is if then else. Everything is wired, linear.
What if?
Yeah. No, that's how I think. All my shows, I use my engineering knowledge.
You know, we just had this conversation with Miss Pui last week.
Oh, really?
Sorry, this week. And she was, you know, right, all her photos on Instagram are not taken in Malaysia. Because one of Boyge was supposed to be here today. He was like, aren't you afraid PDRM will come and find you? And she's like, I pay my taxes. And all of us were like, I mean, I didn't question your taxes, bro. But like, we're just wondering, like, aren't you like, you know, a bit out there when it comes to adult content? She's like, no, it's because all the shoots are done overseas.
Overseas, yeah.
And we're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This girl really knows her shit.
No,
man.
that's why I created the app. You know, I created an app.
The
right?
Radiooh.
The Radiooh
Oh,
app. So,
yeah.
so the main idea for Radiooh is the app I created is basically it's YouTube but for radio. So in other words, a social radio station.
Yeah.
Anyone can start their own radio show. Whatever this is can be just take the audio form and put it into the
Okay.
show, but not in the full form. So you cut it up into segments, into like whatever segments, and
Right.
the
Piece
app
it.
itself will place in the music automatically. All right. So where does the music come from? Musicians upload their music into the app.
Okay.
Their original material. So when you do a show, you cannot pick the schedule. You cannot schedule music. You only can schedule
Your show lah.
No, you only can pick the genre and language of music. That's it. And the app will put it in. So everybody has
Can
a
be-
chance.
yeah.
So all the musicians have a chance that their music is going to be played. So if a Malaysian hip hop artist put there, an American guy does the show and picks hip hop English, Malaysian artist can appear there. There's nothing to do because music shouldn't be where you're from, who you produce. No, like or don't like. That's basically it.
Honestly, yeah.
But that is gone now. It's all about what's your YouTube page and what. So there's a lot of frou-ha-ha around.
It's tough,
actual
man.
good music. So that's why I created the apps to do that. Now, as a listener, you can pick me. Like, I want to listen to JJ, but if the music selection sucks and you don't feel like it, you can either skip the songs because you can skip it, or you can dislike a song. The reason why you dislike the song is
Algorithm will understand that you don't like this type of song. And they will
no,
recommend
you don't
next
like
song.
that particular song. Never play that song for
Again.
you,
Oh.
but play it for everyone else. So that's it learns in the background. But also, if you buy music like 99 cents on iTunes and all that,
Sure.
you can create your own playlist and then listen to my show but change to your playlist. So you can.
When did you create this app?
2018.
Shit.
I created
very
in
smart.
2018. The idea was to get Ian and I on because Ian was off air back. So so I was speaking to Ian and I remember the day. If you go through my Instagram, you'll see it. I still have that video of me and Ian going, "Hey, what do you think of me and Ian starting a show together?" Blah blah blah. That was just me because I was going to launch the app already.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool. Literally, I think 2 days after that, Hits called him to go back on Hits. I'm like,
That's how life works.
Bro,
but
seems like Hits is just...
you have to hear a lot of funny things. Like when I moved to Red, all right, when I moved to Red FM, so the survey is done in a way where to do a survey, this is how much it's going to cost, all right? All stations pay certain amount based on how many stations you have to this fund so that you can get the survey and everybody can see the results
fair.
of what.
Okay.
That's fair, right?
Yeah,
That's fair,
makes
right?
sense.
But then when I moved to Red, the year I moved to Red, all the big guys say, I don't want to pay. I don't want to do the survey.
Wow, bro, that's so fucking dick move,
Okay.
bro.
So they said that, all right? They wanted to do that. So we like, shit. So me and my boss like, let's take a risk. So we spoke to the board and we say, we'll pay the whole lump sum.
Wow.
It's a lot of money, but we'll pay the whole lump sum. So convince the board says, okay, fine, go ahead, we'll do. So we said, we're going to continue. All the bosses of all the other big stations started calling my boss like, hey, no, pull out lah, you shouldn't. We're like, no, we're still going to go with it. Then it's like literally a month or a few weeks before the survey started. All the big boys like, okay, fine, we're coming back in. But here's the rule, because they're going to pay a lot of money to the thing. Here's the rule. No one can see each other's results. So they came in, paid the thing, and no one can see each other's. So you only can see your own result.
I see.
Dude, this is such a cutthroat fucking
but
industry.
if you got the money, they'll kill you.
Correct.
That's how we lost. And agencies look at that numbers. So
There's nothing much you can do, to be
and
honest.
because it was not, you don't know who did what against, they use their own numbers and say we're still number one, and then we're like,
That's not true, but okay.
but yeah lah. So that's my first year at Red.
Bro.
But that's the industry. That's how
Yeah.
it is. I know a lot of people now going, bloody hell, you're sharing too much. I'm like, yeah.
It's a fact, though.
But
right?
is it illegal to say it?
No.
No. Then why the fuck shouldn't it be said?
No, because a lot of people scared like they won't be able to go back to FM. I'm like, yeah.
That's the point.
Here's the crazy part. You know, when I created that radio app, I know a lot of people are laughing at me, at the big guys. But here's the thing, all the DJs don't realize, all right? I know you're laughing, I know whatever. But if I had radio the day I left Hits, I would have pulled 500,000 with me just doing my radio show on my app. Think about it. If I told you like I'm leaving, I'm like, hey bro, download the app and listen to me, you'll be like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Confirm.
And they will lose. So now all DJs, if they want to mess you up, come to radio. I'll teach you how to make money off of it. Because you're talking about sponsorship for a breakfast show. During my time, it was 1.6 million.
God damn,
All right,
son.
to
What the
sponsor
fuck?
1 year sponsorship. It was something 1.6 or 1.2 million. So if I say, okay, fine, pay me 500,000 or 300,000.
You just cut only, man, and then you sure come to
I'll do the show. I still do the brought to you by DG
Yeah.
or whatever. No problem. I can do it. And then I got 500,000 people pulling. So,
the fuck?
but yeah, I designed it to help all these
Right.
people in case they get stabbed. You know what to do.
Wow.
I can understand your inspiration now.
It's the engineering brain.
No, it's look, from the time I got jibbed, my biggest mission is to design things to help people. All I want to do is give someone hope. That's all I want. I don't want to give you money, because the thing that brings a lot of people down to depression and sadness and all is the loss of hope. You don't see the light. You go, shit, I'm screwed.
Yeah, man.
So hope, without hope, a lot of people get lost.
Yeah.
But what I want to provide is just hope. That's all.
Do you think the radio industry will just end one day?
Yes. No, not industry. The FM as
Yeah.
you know it, yes.
Because I you know, I always have this conversation, and it started, I think, in 2018 as well, when I started listening to podcasts, right?
Yep.
And I realized, right, I don't listen to the radio
Correct.
anymore.
No, because
Why?
Because podcast is more open and discussion. You can find exact topics you want. That's what I did with the app.
Yeah.
Because now you would love a podcast that has music in between as well.
Yeah.
Correct? Because
Surely.
sometimes when someone talks like too long and
You get dragged already,
you can't. You can't have the frame of mind.
Yeah.
So radio content is exactly this, but in shorter, tighter
Yeah. More
packages
concise, yeah.
with music in between. That's basically radio. So that's why I created the app where
It's free flow, but at the
it's
same
free
time,
flow and it starts when you want it to start. Music you pick, DJs you pick, topics you pick.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
And there's no board of directors, there's no manager, there's no
Correct. So
anybody.
that's
to,
why I created that. It's giving back the power of radio to people to decide on what you want to do and how you want to do it. That's what I'm doing. I just want to break the whole industry as you know, because it's stupid. Whatever you have now is stupid. It's gonna die,
Bro.
No matter what people say, it's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age of choice, where someone can just turn on and choice, you're telling people, no, this is the content at this time, at this.
And you're gonna play the same songs, you're gonna hear the same shit.
No, because the algorithm of that music has not changed.
Yeah.
From the time I was there, I used
Nothing
to
evolved.
I used to try and spike it with. I used to do different things because I knew how to do it because I had the manual. So I used to do different things, but no one dares to take the risk. Everybody's like, let's stick to the plan.
Sure,
box,
sure.
money is coming in, so don't break it.
How is the app doing?
The app is slow. Okay, when I launched it in 2018, I had an idea with Ian, but then Ian got pulled to hits, so I like, shit, I still have to launch it for me. Then I like, okay, let's just try it. It's slowly building traction. My father-in-law got sick.
Oh shit.
Like really sick. So, and my wife is the only child. So I dropped everything. I'm like, screw it. I'm nursing this guy back to health. So it took me more than 6 months to nurse him back to health. And 6-8 months like that. So when he's back to health, to a point where he's driving his own car now again.
That's good.
So then you have to start it again. So you want to start
traction
it
has to
again.
build again,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I started building the traction again and I had an investor about to come in, MCO hit.
Bro. Life really throws curveballs. Fuck, man.
So now, if you notice, if you go to TikTok, you see I'm slowly
Building it back
building
again.
it back again. Because there is potential for that. There's 100% potential for that. And if an investor comes in and go, shit, I see. Because there's no other app like that in the world. I can say it. You can look at any other app.
I had a very similar idea like this, I think back in 2016, but then I was like, no lah, I don't know lah, you know, this could be a fad, I'm not so sure. And then life
It
just,
is.
you know what I mean?
It will work because radio and podcasts are the only mediums, but podcasts without visuals, all right? Radio and podcasts are the only mediums that you can consume while you're doing work.
Yeah, or driving or whatever.
driving,
Yeah.
So you need that. That still works because sometimes you need the distraction of the
Yeah.
background. So radio is always. I've always accepted myself as the friend that is behind you.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not like in your face. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
watch me. No, I'm like, hey man, how you do? You okay? You having a good day? Like, here's an interesting fact, and then you tend to be, oh, you want to hear? Okay, I'll tell you this interesting fact. Then I'll continue work. No problem. That was my role. I knew who I was, and I didn't try to be in your face.
Yeah.
But because I was entertaining enough, you tend to go. I didn't ask you to.
Yeah.
But
It is.
so I knew where I was, and I stuck to that role. Don't try and
Yeah.
Gotta look yourself in the mirror,
Exactly.
man, I guess. Yeah.
back to that, man.
Yeah.
Back and how I got the idea for radio. If you look at this show called Fifth Element, it's by Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker, and Mila Jovovich. All right. So Chris Tucker's character was a radio DJ, but he broadcast from a stick. And so he just
That kinda
talks,
sounds like
he
him.
just talks, and then stops and then goes. I've always watched that and go, what happens in the back end, the listener side? What are they hearing? What is going on? So I figured it's radio. So now my phone is that stick because you can broadcast from your phone. All the shows I do actually is from my phone or my iPad, so I can broadcast anywhere from the jungle here, under the table.
Point taken.
Just oh my god! I'm like, and the fun part about radio is I can do it in my underwear. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to actually pretty yourself up. I'm like, shh. And you have to realize one thing about the cameras. It for a person who's not comfortable, as soon as you have a camera, straight. Hi, my answers are so formal and blah blah blah.
It is.
But when that goes, you see, you speak to people.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The thing is, right, when we did this podcast in the beginning and it was very video centric, it was very like, you know, when you go on YouTube and you watch a show and they're just like sitting on the couch and they're talking shit like that, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of like the feel. And then I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience. Have you heard of?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you watch the Joe Rogan Experience?
No.
Okay, so if you watch the Joe Rogan Experience, right? And I started in 2018 because my colleague / friend was like, hey bro, I think you would love this. So the fucking content, right, it's like 3 hours. I'm like, you out of your goddamn mind, Justin. Ain't nobody got watch 3 hours of video.
Yeah.
But I realized the segment in which this 3 hour long format conversation sits in is in a place where, like you said, it's background.
Yeah.
But the interesting part is when someone says something interesting
Yeah.
and people are in shock.
Yeah.
That's when the video is the key.
Correct.
But you're right, absolutely right, because there are a few guests that come on and they are like frozen, bro.
Yeah.
The first few
because
moments
if
is
you
just
put
like,
a camera-
holy shit.
But the weird part about the Joe Rogan Experience, not everybody can hold a conversation for 3 hours. I can hold a conversation for 10
sure.
hours if you want.
For sure.
But not everybody can do that. But if I tell you that all you need is 5 minutes,
I think can. Yeah, a lot of people can.
everybody like, oh, really?
sounds reasonable,
Now just break up your con. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the radio one. Then I'm going to talk about
Yeah,
this
you can
app
plan
one.
it.
Then I'm going to. It's less intimidating.
For
Then
sure.
anyone can do it, and then you can slowly improve
Yeah.
and move forward to a long form comment.
format
content.
conversation. Yeah.
No problem. But
It's true.
start there. So like for the app, radio is just, it'll give you a maximum time. So if you're talking about long, you'll see two options. You have longer talk set or medium talk set. Longer talk set is 5 minutes, but you got 5 talk sets to talk. If shorter talk sets is 3 minutes, but you got 8 talk sets to talk.
So you
to
spread
film.
out
Yeah,
further.
so you spread out further.
I see.
But there's no minimum. So you literally want to go, hi, I'm excited. Then bye. Cancel. There's no wrong.
But you know what's so difficult though? I think doing content, the first round is so fun. It's like first time honeymoon period, I think.
Yep.
Second episode, it's like, it's a bit slow, but I'll try. And then right, when you see your numbers, it's so discouraging. Especially for new creators.
100%.
Right? And then your
But don't
third-
look at the numbers.
I know, but the thing is that's what people want. You know, it's so unfortunate, right? Because when people do the content, right, they want to see the views spike.
Then you're doing the content for the wrong reason.
Oh, bro, 100% I am in complete agreement with you, JJ. Confirm.
Then you're doing the content for the wrong
But
reason.
a lot of people want the fame. They don't like to do it.
Then don't do this.
Right. You see,
You can't do this.
because a lot of people want to start a YouTube channel. They want to start TikTok. They want to start a radio channel. They want a podcast. All that.
Because they want to make the money.
And then-
the easy money. They assume it's easy. You have to realize all the guys who are big now spent 10 years building to that point.
It's a real grind, man.
Yeah. So you don't want to see the time.
Yeah.
You look at that time first, then only look at the fame. Don't like, wow, famous. I know nowadays there's instant fame, like
Gratification.
like TikTok and stuff. Suddenly you're overnight sensation. Yes, there is. But how many people do that?
And it's
That's
also
like-
the algorithm, the algorithm pushes the ones,
Yeah.
the content that's viewed, liked, commented on more
Yeah.
versus the masses.
Yeah.
So you would always see a viral video because
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
it's feeding you that shit.
Correct.
You know?
But end of the day, don't put up like I told my kids they want to start their own little thing. I'm like, if no one watches this, then don't put it up until the day you can put up something you like and don't care whether you get 1 view or 100 views. Then when you put it up,
Yeah. I
taught them
yep.
that because
I feel that that's how this show kind of started as well.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to hit a whole year of doing it. We were like, okay, every week we're gonna fucking do a show. I
Yep.
don't give a fuck. Okay, even if it's fucking low views. Then the 8th episode or some shit, we hit like 30K, 13K views. And we're like, wow, we saw overnight sensation, bro. Actually, no. After that, it's just stagnation for fucking long. Then we're like, oh man, this is a real dry run, bro.
Yeah,
That's only when Chalk comes in.
Yep.
And then it's like, wow, lights are so nice, everything is so nice. And then it just became better.
you have to realize if you open up your MC, you go watch it. All right, I did live. It's live. Whatever I did, it's not pre-recorded. It's live.
Yeah.
And I created a format that it was 45 to 1 hour. And the format was simple. The format was the first part of the show, I just talk about headlines, whatever headlines. And I'm talking about serious headlines, and people like, what are you talking about that? I'm like, screw it, it's just headlines. I'm just telling you the headlines and my opinion on the headlines. Then after that part, I have a segment called, we only got 3 minutes. So the biggest thing I want to talk about, but I set a timer, 3 minutes, that's all I'm going to talk about this. This is the subject, blah, 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 blah. Even to medical marijuana legalization, 3 minutes, that's all.
Yeah.
Once 3 minutes, okay, that's my point of view. You continue the conversation, you comment. Then after that, I brought in a guest who is anybody. It can be anybody doing something good.
I saw, bro. You interviewed the MP of Subang, bro.
That's my current one.
The prior.
So this is the prior one. So anybody comes in that segment. After that segment is an artist who has got a new song on, and the show closes with the artist singing the song. And I shot it with 2 iPhones and an iPad. But you look at the quality, everybody like, how you do that? I'm like, and I remember all the guests come in like, where's your cameras, bro? There? It's like, the iPhone. I'm like, yeah. Then like, how? I'm like, calm down, let's just do the show. But if you look at the content, people don't believe.
It actually is good enough. It actually is good enough if you have proper lighting.
Yeah.
Right?
Proper lighting and audio.
Yeah,
that was my key.
Honestly, those.
I didn't care
those will
about
do the trick.
anything else.
You were saying this is a show on your Facebook, right?
On Facebook, just type in Your MC, you'll find it. It's a Facebook page called Your MC. It's non-existent. it's not active, but
Oh, you're gonna see my Facebook now. Everybody's gonna see my page. Hopefully, they know like.
Amazing.
wow.
Okay. Oh
Just-
shit!
What?
Oh no! Holy fuck!
No.
Adiba No just passed away. Bruh, I just contacted her to be an MC, dude.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's quite dark,
She-
man.
Wow.
Bro,
She's an icon, dude.
She's an amazing human being, dude. She is amazing. I was lucky enough to be. Wow. Okay.
oh, this is so.
Wow. Okay.
I'm so sorry that this had to.
No.
but I guess it's life, lah, right? What
It's,
can you do?
you have to realize
Oh my god.
the dedication one has to put in to get this reaction.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. I can't believe I found out Adiba No passed away on a podcast, man.
She's an absolute legend.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, after this, I got to call friends, and is that why my phone is buzzing?
Bruh. I can't believe this shit.
Yep.
Oh my lord.
That's why my phone is buzzing. My phone has been buzz, buzz, buzz. I was like, what the hell is
Do you
going
know
on?
her? Do you know her personally?
Yes! Dips!
Oh fuck.
Shit. Okay, never mind. I will contact everybody after. But yeah. Anyway, just type in your
Your what?
Dips.
What's your name of show again? Sorry.
your YOURMC space. Just MC. Just MC, yeah. No. Don't need space.
Just your MC?
Yeah, it should be able to. It's an orange color logo.
Orange logo.
Oh, wow. There, your MC.
Oh shit.
So, this was an actual show. So,
Oh my god.
this is done on an iPad and 2 iPhones and iPad.
And then they would have a music segment at the end.
Yep. I brought in her. So, Nisha, she's a transgender. I spoke about transgender rights and all. One of the questions I asked her that everybody, you asked her that because she's Muslim. So I says, so what do you say about? So she brought up a few verses in the Quran that a few people like, how dare she bring that up? I'm like,
But it's in the Quran. I mean,
so
It's so strange how we live in this
But yeah.
current state
so
where a lot of
this
things
is
are like
all done using an iPad and iPhone.
On the 30th, there's something else happening, and I've got a champion here. Literally, this guy is a champion in welterweight division. Give it up for Iban.
I gotta say though, JJ, you look so much better now, dude. Dude, I swear to God, you aged like fine wine, bro.
Thank you.
not gonna lie, man. I'm not sure if this is an insult or a compliment.
It's a
No,
compliment.
you know, a
It's
lot of people,
compliment.
a lot of people say that you look better with the shorter, bald look type thing. I
Yeah.
really think you look damn good with your grey hair and the.
I love this, dude.
Bro, it looks fucking good,
And
bro.
the funny part is, I love that just with hair, not many people recognize me.
Is it?
Until I start talking, then they're like,
A bit familiar.
Because you say it's the importance of the
it's
vocals,
like, I
it's the
know
audio.
you from somewhere.
In my childhood.
Did you grow out your hair over MCO or what?
No,
It's 2018. No, 2019 also already got, right?
No, 2019 didn't have.
Oh, is it?
I was bald all the way till I was 42.
Is there a reason?
No, it was
Habit.
easy.
Oh. Then why grow it out?
Lazy.
Ah.
That takes a lot of work here. Every 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Right.
Lazy. Way. After a while, like, why am I still doing this? I don't have to wake up early and breathe anymore. So, like, screw this, grow it.
Oh.
But yeah. So that was the show content. We discussed a lot of interesting topics.
The Infinity War parody was really good.
Oh, you saw that?
No, you just. I'm reading this. What is the Avengers Infinity War parody? What is that? They got
the Malaysian
parody
people
back?
did a parody. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Serious? Ah?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
We're really
Oh,
good with
that-
parodies, huh?
No, because I think Malaysia is really good at copy.
No,
swear.
which you see the funny part about Malaysians copy and all that, all right? I don't know how long we've been talking. If we were talking too long, I'm sorry.
No, bro.
but
Dude,
We got all night, man.
Yeah.
It's great conversation. I fucking love this shit.
So when you talk about parodies, I hate that we copy trends.
Really?
I really hate that we copy trends. I would love for us to add in a element of Malaysian to our trends. I give you this.
Okay.
There is a thing that is called No Pants Day in a UK or something like that. It's talking about liberation, women's
Yeah.
rights, and blah blah blah. No Pants Day. We cannot do it here in Malaysia. So when I was on radio, I'm like, screw No Pants Day. We cannot do No Pants Days, but we still have an element of freedom and liberation and all here that all of us are comfortable with, and it doesn't insult anyone. So I call it the Sarong Day. Wear sarong to work. Wear sarong to the mall.
Right.
Oh, sarong sounds
There's
comfortable.
nothing wrong with that. But you should see the dirty looks you get. Because I wore a sarong, I walked into the mall and everybody's like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, am I decent? Yes. Why are you like...
Yeah.
But I did in a trend, but I made it local. No one's trying that these days. If you want to talk about parody, you know what I want? I want someone who's damn good with wayang kulit. Whenever there's a new trailer that comes out, wayang kulit.
Wow, that would be so
Wayang
fucking sick.
kulit that trailer. Use the same audio, but wayang kulit the thing. For me, I would love to see that.
That is fucking. It's kind of like that Lego version of the trailer. Have you seen that? You know?
So that's why I'm like, why can't we do that? And I give you the fact that, you know, DK Barat, everybody like, DK Barat, but one New Zealand thing did.
Suddenly,
oh my god, DK Barat's so cool. I'm like,
Yeah,
hello, they're just white. That's
Yeah,
about
bro.
it.
Confirm. It's a Malaysian colony. It's like the ex.
That's why I'm saying, why don't we do stuff like that? We've got a lot of cool shit here in Malaysia that I'm not saying cannot follow the trends. I'm saying adopt, take it, and then Malaysianize it.
I think it's
And
white.
be-
It's like the white worshipping thing,
It's just there's no leaders. No one does that. So no one has the guts to push. You look at, no offense to all the current radio stations, you are following everyone else's trend. You're not trying to create new trends.
But do you think it's because they have a lot of limitations when it comes to like speaking about, I don't know, government or sultan and
I had limitations.
I know, but like, okay. So actually, Andrew came up with a really good question.
Yep.
Is radio limited by the government?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
So information and everything they tell
No.
you.
No. There's certain things you shouldn't talk about.
Okay.
Politics, sex, and there's a few things you shouldn't talk about, but blatantly. That means, oh, I don't like this politician because but that's passing judgment. Don't pass judgment. But if you're discussing, people, you've got to learn how to discuss first before you want to attempt it. People don't know what it's. A lot of people say, excuse me, this is my opinion. No, it's not opinion. What you're doing is passing judgment.
Yeah.
Passing judgment is, look, what you're doing is wrong, blah, 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 blah. That's just my opinion. No, it's not. An opinion is like, I feel what you're doing is wrong because this is what I said, but maybe you should try this. How about, what's your take on it?
Yeah,
right.
That's an opinion. No one does that.
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to do an opinion, don't try attempt it. But learn how to make opinions.
I know I'm segueing a little bit.
Go.
But I remember I was having this conversation with the same guy who introduced me to Joe Rogan, and he was saying how it feels as if we live in a world of extremes.
Yeah.
You know, where like you're either a Man United fan or a Liverpool fan or a Man City fan. Example, right?
You know I'm a Manchester United fan.
I also am a Man United fan. That's why I brought it
No,
up.
but,
you know,
but have you noticed when I was at Hits,
you never said it.
I only said it when someone attacked me.
Oh, is it?
I spoke about football. I enjoyed football. But I've never dissed the other team. It's just when the other team tries to diss
Then
me,
you
then I'll
got free.
I'll put you down lah. I'm like, hello, you brought it up. Of course, I'm going to shoot you down.
But now I don't dare already, because our team is
no, but still, the team is crap. But Liverpool was crap
at that time.
At that time, so
Fair game, I guess.
It's everything changes. It's
But
nothing is
to go back to
constant.
that point, I think we live in a world of extremes.
Yeah.
So when people want to have that discussion, quote unquote, it feels like an attack.
Do you know why we live in the world of extremes? It's because extremes go viral faster.
That's right.
Good news and all the
That's right, that's
basic
right.
thing takes time, and
Yeah.
nobody has time these days. That's
Yeah.
basically it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is all about viewership,
Yeah,
controversy.
it's like numbers, like why you do that, clickbait, like
Right.
it's. I'm like whatever. Like the weird part about my TikTok that. At one point, I didn't have enough to even go live. I had 400, and I'm like, whatever. So I once in a while, I put up content. I wasn't even.
Yeah.
So the content I put up is like, hey, look, I mean, I've been on this earth long enough. I've been a lot of things. Got any question, just ask me. I'll try and answer or give you suggestions. And one of the question is, what happened at Hits? So I put up the answer lah. And everybody like, I don't believe that happened. And then next, overnight, I literally opened like, hey, why do I have 1,000 something followers? It's like, but because it's like, oh, you got hurt. I'm like, no. I'm just telling a story. Everybody calm down. I'm not upset. I'm just telling you. Someone asked me a question and I answered. But that, like you see the content I put up, the drama ones, like 40,000, 50,000. But the normal things I tell people is like nothing. Nobody cares.
It's the extremes that people crave for.
Like
that's the juice.
It's like one of the things I do at my laundry is called the Bring Your Own Table Sunday. Bring Your Own Table Sunday is because like I said, I always want to give people hope. If you have your own business like jual sambal or whatever, bring a table, set up your stall in my laundry and
Sell your stuff,
I don't mind. Just use my place. I'm not going to ask anything. And then people are like, oh, you're so noble. I'm like, no, I'm just being a human. I'm not asking for praise. I'm just, if you want to spread this news and tell people that you can do it, cool. I don't need credit for it.
That is so nice of you to do.
No, but
I swear.
It shouldn't be like, oh, it's so nice. It's supposed to be, oh, that's normal.
But maybe it's because we live in this world.
Exactly.
It's so fucked up.
I want my kids to live in a world where that is just normal.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it so that my kids live in a world where that is normal. It's
And
not
they
like,
hopefully
oh my
also-
God, that's
yeah.
so amazing you're doing that. No, it's just a
Right.
normal thing. That's what's expected of humans. Nothing to do with what race
Yeah.
you are, what religion you are. And I still get the question, what race, what religion? I'm like, oh, race, Formula 1. Religion, I believe in God. Then like, oh, what God? I'm like, the one that...
Jeans. Whoa.
No, but I my answer is always like, if that answer is needed for you to have a judgment on me, then I don't need you to watch me. I don't need you to be my friend.
I don't know what happened, bro. Like, I don't know what happened from us being like, I swear to God, in year 1998 or some fuck, everything was so fucking chill, right? And then after that, year 2010 happened, and then like power.
Yeah, it's all about power and greed, dude. You have to realize everything is about having power.
It's
and
so
what
true.
is the most the strongest weapon to wield power? Fear. Fear that guy so that you don't realize your life is shit. At least your life is better than his, so I can take from your pocket. That's it. So fear, power.
You would think you'd move into a more like chill fucking world,
No
right?
way.
But then like you think, post-COVID, everybody learns to love each other. Fucking Russia attacked Ukraine. Then you're just like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah.
When the love of when the power of love surpass the love of power, then the world will be okay.
Wow.
I don't think, and maybe this is the pessimist in me, I don't think that will ever come to be.
There is a possibility.
I think
There is a possibility.
if aliens came to
of
attack,
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
that is when suddenly everybody's like, hey,
Everybody
I
chill.
think we should work together.
Because that fella want to kill us, let's kill
Yeah.
him. That's why Independence Day worked. The
Yeah.
movie, like yeah.
I heard somewhere, I think hatred brings people together more than love.
That's right. A common enemy
Yeah.
is how you unite the team.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Which is terrible.
Yeah.
A terrible way to solve this problem.
I was also listening to a podcast, right, with Joe Rogan as well. He was talking to this guy. His name is a Japanese dude. I forgot. Mio, some fuck like that. And he was saying how,
You some fuck like that.
I don't know, I fucking forgot. And he was saying how, actually, right, do you really want an alien to come and visit you? The answer is absolutely not.
Why?
Okay. So he gives an example because Joe also asked the same question. He's like, but why not? I mean, wouldn't you be so curious?
Yeah.
Then he said, you'd be a very arrogant person to think human beings were amazing.
No. Okay, if you come at that from that point of view, then no.
So he was saying how, okay, so if you saw an ant, right? Okay. If you spoke to an ant, do you think the ant would listen to you? Absolutely not. The ant will just continue his life.
No,
right?
That's the problem we have here.
Right.
All right. Okay. See that perspective that you're discussing there is the main reason I speak to a lot of people where
Yeah.
you know, like you asking me to come here. I showed up and everybody's like, what? He's my simple thing when I point out to people, you will drop anything you do to go to a meeting where you know it'll benefit you. 100%, no problem.
Sure.
I will do it. All right. But how many times would you drop everything to go to a meeting will benefit the person you're meeting?
Rare.
Rare. So why do you think someone will do that for you?
Why do you think someone
I
would
think most people in that position will think that it's an investment.
long term?
No, but here's the question: why would someone do that for you? If your answer to the whole thing was, "Yeah, I'll drop and do it." If you're willing to do that, and you expect the other person to like, okay, I'm gonna help you out. If you're not willing to do that, then why you think the world? You think the world is
Right.
one way in here? So you have to do it.
But
too.
that guy's okay, so he said you either speak to the ant and the ant doesn't reply to you, right? Or you just feel like I'm just going to kill the ant.
yeah, but
Vice versa. So if he's okay, Joe was like, maybe we're not as stupid as an ant.
Yeah.
Then he said, okay, fair. But if you were speaking to a cat,
yeah, no, it's
Cat will look at you.
I know exactly where it's coming.
You know what I'm
coming
saying?
from. That's why I love Star Trek. I love the basis
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Star Trek. So like the Klingons, the
Yeah.
those are just an angry race. But the truth is, that's how they are. They are war people. You cannot go like, oh, they are bad.
Why?
They're not. They
They just are.
when they're
who they
young,
are.
they beat each other up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their culture.
Yeah.
So we cannot go, oh, that's bad. But because for them, that's good. That's how you become a man.
what is Spock again? What's
Spock
his race?
is Vulcan.
Vulcan. Hopefully every
Live
Vulcan,
long.
bro. Then every
and I love Star Trek to a point of I don't know if is there any currency in Star Trek?
Holy shit.
There's no.
There is no fucking currency in Star
Fucking
Trek.
hell.
There's no currency in Star Trek. You know why? It's this. Computer, I want this. The computer makes it.
Yeah.
So nobody needs anything because everything is provided. All right? Why is someone a captain? Why is someone an engineer? Because they're best for their job. Nothing to do with you're going to get
Hierarchy, yeah.
Hierarchy,
Right,
you'll get more
right.
pay. You're just the best for the job because everything is provided already.
Holy fuck. This is
So that's why I
some
like
mind-blowing
That
shit.
is so fascinating. I've never thought of that.
I never thought
So
of
that's
that.
why I like Star Trek.
I think Star Wars got currency, but I don't know what it is.
Star Wars currency, I always
it's like
discuss.
coins or something.
I've actually, Star Wars, there's Federation and
Yeah.
there's money and that's
But yeah,
typical
true,
life.
Star Trek has no currency.
There's no currency.
Fuck.
They go to the other places that have currency and
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
backward-
The lower, yeah.
the backward places.
We're all backward because I've got money in my
No,
wallet right now.
we are backward. No, because like you know if you bring up socialism and
Yeah.
you know people are scared Marxism and
Yeah.
go study it before you get scared. Don't read. Whatever,
Don't write it off completely.
Don't read whatever you hear someone else say. Go study it. Read exactly what it is, and then determine for yourself whether you're scared of it or not. I'm not because I know exactly what it means and all that.
You believe in universal basic income?
Yes,
You do? I used to believe in it.
but
And then COVID happened and then I'm
no,
like,
okay. You see, the crazy part is in New Zealand.
Yeah.
All right. As soon as you hit 18, you get the dole.
You get a what?
Dole. You get money.
Oh,
You-
shit.
You get paid. Everybody gets paid. But because of that, people are lazy. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if I
Why
don't
the fuck
work,
should
I
I?
gotta get
Yeah.
why the fuck? For me, is universal basic income should come if you're trying to get a job. You're applying. You're constantly applying.
Right,
You can-
right.
Then you're trying. Done. You get it.
But what if people find a way around it? Example is, why not I just work at Starbucks for 19 hours
Go
a week,
ahead.
and then I am considered unemployed.
Go ahead.
Is it?
Go ahead. I don't care because if you're content at that life, because you're not going to be balling.
You're not going to be Bezos, right?
But
So
that's not what you want. Your wants is, I want to just relax. I want to work a bit. I just want this much. I don't need a lot.
It's fair actually. Like, were you born with this pressure to be whatever, right? So
Yeah.
if you chose to live your life like that and
Go
die,
ahead.
like,
I want to go live in the jungle. That's
Yeah.
what I want to do. I just don't want this bullshit. I just want to live in the jungle next to a river and the beach. Done. Life is good.
what, river and a beach.
Yeah, a bit tough.
Yeah, I know. I know. You know, but you know me. I just like,
I'll let you know if I drive past one.
shoot for the stars and maybe you get the moon. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you know, you try both, then you get one lah.
But I was listening to that podcast. I was so fascinated because
Yeah.
Joe was all for universal basic income, and then in the end, he's like, actually, it's kind of fucked up, you know. So I studied in the States, and when I studied in SF, they had this whole like woke shit going on, but it was the beginning of the woke shit.
Yeah.
So at that time, I just thought, maybe it's just white people being white people, lah, right? I'm just the Asian guy from Malaysia, from a conservative country. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna listen and learn. Then after that, right, as time goes on, right, I'm looking at it, and I visited it a couple of times for work.
Yep.
I met my few family members and all that shit. And it just goes really downhill. Bro, do you know you can shoplift from the shops now in the US? And it's legal.
That you see.
So where does it end, right?
No,
Like,
there's a line to it. There's a line. Everything is in moderation. And even the word woke has gone way too far.
oh, you think so?
Because the both extremes have taken woke too far. I'm talking about when you talk about the conservative has stolen the word woke to any form of want to help other people. Oh, that's too woke. I'm like, no, it's like that's too much already. So understand where woke came from, the meaning of woke, and stick to that true meaning, and then.
But to be fair, it's also the meaning changes, right?
It's meaning changes because people
Yeah,
force their
correct,
agenda
correct.
with
That's
that,
right.
Yeah.
that hashtag. It's like, okay, let's woke everybody. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? It's like I like the new Spider-Man. I really liked it until my cousin said like, I don't like it. I'm like, why? He's like, why can't bad guys die? I'm like,
Whoa.
what do you mean? He's like, yeah, why do you have to rehab all the bad guys? I'm like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's a movie. Calm the fuck down, man.
No, but that's the thing. You realize the new Spider-Man, all the bad guys from the old Spider-Mans who died,
They didn't die.
because they wanted to kill this and
The OG Peter Parkers. Yeah.
became good,
Yeah.
were rehabbed.
Yeah.
Even though they stabbed people and all the way,
Right,
but like,
right,
no,
right.
we still can save you. I'm like, no, they are evil. Die.
Yeah.
That was comics. That was comics like that. Evil, die. Okay, bye. Continue.
I liked it though.
Yeah, I'm not saying
You know,
I didn't like the
I
story.
know,
but just that element of it made me go, oh yeah, why do you have to rehab everybody? I'm not
That's
saying
a fair question, to be
I'm
honest, yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
everyone shouldn't get a second chance. I'm not saying
Yeah.
everyone.
But that one is
cannot
like
change,
quite
you know.
hardcore, lah. I mean, the Green
Yeah.
Goblin did kill a few people. you
Surely
know.
there's a threshold. is
Just
the
one.
point.
Okay,
But
now
that's-
everybody's happy. Go back to your own timeline. I'm like, really?
Don't know if it works that way. But yeah.
No, but that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. It's very weird. So when my cousin said that, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I get your point.
True
I get
lah.
why you don't like it. But I'm not saying I don't
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
after that. I love the show and I love the whole concept. I like the
Yeah,
blah blah blah. But yeah, I see that element.
True lah. The line has to be drawn somewhere also,
Yeah.
right? Because if the fuckers are killing everybody, right?
Yeah. Like, that's
I mean,
uh,
does
What
he really
what
deserve?
makes you think he doesn't? Since he can turn to good, he can turn back to bad, right?
Yeah, like that Green Goblin also. He just fucking.
that's
went
fair
back
logic, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different syringe. It's like a red one, and then you go back to bad. Yeah.
So, but if you the flood, then no more lah.
But you know what's weird? How in the comic books the villains never die.
Yeah.
You know, it's only in the movies
Because
make
they
them
need
die.
to sell.
Yeah, they need to have that official.
Because in comic books, it has to continue
Yeah.
for 20, 40 years. You can't just kill people off.
And when they kill, they rebirth
Yeah,
them,
of
and then
course.
like
Yeah.
it's
Everything
not
is about sales, lah,
yeah,
bro.
everything's about sales.
Yeah.
So it's all capitalism. Whatever you want to talk about is capitalism 101.
oh, it's fucking sad.
I like that.
It's such fucking.
No, but that's the world we live in. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I messed up my headphones again.
Oh, is it?
It's okay. Suddenly everything's gone quiet.
Oh shit!
I still can hear my voice. So I'm going to take this off.
Can.
My ears are so hot.
No worries, bro. No worries.
No, but you have to realize that it's all about.
It's such a shame because everything is molded and then you never even know what is the true intention. Like if the true intention of doing something, maybe it was just out of the pure joy of doing it, and then capitalism just robs it away.
Correct. That's why I said all of us have to look in the mirror.
Fuck, man.
You gotta know yourself. Once you know yourself, do whatever you want to do.
I don't dare, lah, bro.
You don't dare?
I don't dare, lah. I don't know. I'm afraid of what I'm gonna see.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Later tonight, I brush my teeth. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna look away. Man.
you know the line
Stephen
from
King.
Coach Cutter, right? The line is like, it's not our darkness that we fear the most. It's our light, because
The light shows your shadow.
no, our light. Coach Cutter, it's not the fear, our darkness that we see. If you can find that line, I forgot what's it. It's not exactly from Coach Cutter, but
Is it?
it's not our darkness.
It's not the darkness you fear
Ah,
that frightens us.
yeah, yes. See that quote.
Okay.
Read that quote, and then you
Okay,
tell me.
okay.
Our deepest fear, yes.
Okay, let me read it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you to not be? You're a child of God. You're playing small. Does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking. Fucking ad.
Capitalism 101.
There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Wow. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
That's a good line.
I'll read this before I go to sleep, lah, bro. I'll read this before I go to sleep.
Yeah. No, but that's the truth, dude. That's
You should just be yourself. That's
be
that's
yourself.
basically
and
it, right?
I teach this. I don't teach my kid religion.
Oh, it's brilliant, by the
I
way.
teach my kids 2 rules to live by.
Okay.
1, do whatever the fuck you want.
Except, hurt people and shit lah, but
First rule, do whatever the fuck you want, only if you want to do it. Don't do it because you think it's a trend or someone asks you to do it, blah, blah. If you want to dance on this table naked, go ahead, dance on the table naked. But because you want to dance on the table naked.
Oh, not because you're pressured to do so.
Correct.
Right?
Second rule, that goes together.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever you're going to do, don't hurt yourself emotionally or mentally or someone else emotionally or mentally. That's all. Live your life that way. So you're going to do something. Okay, do you really want to do this? Yeah, I want to do this. Now, your actions, is it going to hurt someone else or yourself? Nope, then do lah.
Fair.
Simple.
Honestly, it makes a shit ton of sense, man. Right?
So
Life shouldn't be that complicated.
correct.
Yeah.
Just live your life that way. And life is not black and white. It's not binary. It's gray. I actually had a hashtag that I put up. In black and white, we're all just a different shade of gray.
Should be facts, though. This is coming from an engineering grad.
Jesus.
In black and white, we're
fucking
just a
Christ.
different shade of gray.
I-
So I used someone in the US when I talked about that is like, can I print that as a t-shirt? And I print lah.
It's sad because we live in that world where things like that are imposed onto us, right? So, for example, if I was of a very... I don't have a religion, but if I was in a religion that was really pressuring me to, let's say, go to church or go to a temple or whatever, right? And I didn't really want to go because I feel like I don't have an affinity with it. But then you feel that there is a pressure from your parents and all that. Then you feel as if you don't really want to do it. But then if you don't do it, the harmony is jeopardized. Everything is jeopardized.
Ask
and-
them this question. I've done this so many times. And
Uh-huh.
I've seen,
Yeah.
I have seen anger. I've seen confusion. I've seen so many things.
Yeah.
The question I always ask people, okay, imagine you hear God's voice now. You know it's God,
Okay.
100%. Right?
Okay.
And God tells you, I'm tired. I don't want to count your sins and your goodies.
Oh, wow.
I'm just too tired. Whatever you're going to do now, from this point onwards until the end, all of you are going to go to heaven. Are you going to continue doing what you're doing?
Oh, yeah, confirm.
So if your answer is no, that means you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You might as well play Pokemon Go and go collect them all.
Bro,
right?
do you play Pokemon Go?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
So
never
I'm
mind. lah.
saying that's the thing.
I play Pokemon
So
Go,
if
that's
you're
why.
doing it for the good deeds to go to heaven, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. Because all the actions that you're supposed to be doing, it's supposed to make you a better human being.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you're supposed to focus on, not heaven.
That's right. It's not supposed to
Heaven
be.
is the byproduct of you being a good person.
Yeah.
That only means, right, you're not doing it for the...
So you ask anyone
Yeah.
religious that question, you'll see you all kinds of different. You get even get anger. It's like, how dare you blaspheme? I'm like, no. I'm asking you a logical question.
Yeah, it's true.
You tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And then if your answer is, then what for? I've actually had someone say, then what for I do all this?
Wow, that's fucked up. That's
Then
when
I'm
you
like,
know this guy's the next Adolf Hitler or some shit, bro.
No,
know.
that means they're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
They are so. You have to realize, this world is shit. A lot of people are going through a lot of hard times. So
Yeah.
they're like, I cannot fix my situation here. So therefore, let's make myself the holiest of holies, so that the afterlife I've got a good life.
Yep.
Rather than live a good life, just be a good human. Freaking
Do your
being.
best for
your
others as
best.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
AJ, you got to talk directly
People
here
have
lah.
lost.
Sorry, man.
Sorry. I can't hear myself.
It's okay, it's okay.
No, I put it underneath because I got excited. I moved forward.
No worries, no
It's
worries.
normally supposed to be here. So the crazy part is, a lot of people have lost track of why you're doing things. So the intentions of what you're doing is lost.
But I think people don't even ask. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like your brain. It's like
No,
your
but all
robot.
religions ask you to ask.
Is it?
I guess they just ignore that bit
The
of it.
element, right?
Because they are like, I asked Defler. Defler told me, so I follow. I'm like, no, you're
ask
supposed to
the-
ask everybody, and you're
Yeah.
supposed to read all different elements. If you really want to have an interesting read on religion, read this book called History of God by Karen Armstrong. It was banned in Malaysia for a while.
Of course it was.
History of
You know why it was banned? Because her conclusion was Islam is the most beautiful religion, not the only religion, and that's why it was banned in Malaysia.
So in spite of the fact that it's the most beautiful.
Yes. And she was studying to be a nun. She came out because she asked too many questions and people said, stop asking questions.
I see.
She's
book
like,
is called A History of God
Yep.
by Karen Armstrong.
yep. It's a very interesting book. It's very technical. So she goes into detail about Islam, Judaism, and
Christianity. I'm assuming.
Christianity. It's quite
The
fun.
three Abrahamic religions.
It's a good book. I've read it a few times.
I feel like I don't read enough. I
No,
swear to
it's-
God. I need to get
Why you
Audible or
think
some
my...
shit.
I can talk about anything.
Bruh.
The reason why I can talk about anything, like I said, I'm very. If you ask me to MC any gig, I'll go what company, whether, and I'll research everything around it. Why? Because it allows me to stall
Yeah.
and be entertaining while in case shit happens.
Anything happens.
Because that makes a good MC, not just read a script and go, "Hi everybody, I'm very pretty. Look at me," and then I read a script. It's alright. I'm not that kind of person.
Unfortunate how a majority of our life revolves around
of
people like
course,
that.
Of
Yeah.
course, I've lost gigs to people who've got more following than me. So
That's life, isn't it?
I don't even know how to respond to that shit.
just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
So it's the
Just smile and wave, boys.
It's so sad, man.
No, but that's the reality we live in at the moment. But we can change that reality. It's just we got to actively choose to pick that. We are all born with biasness. Please don't think we are not excluded from it. We all have our bias. We've seen a foreign worker and thought something.
Yeah,
not
for sure.
because of anything.
course, yeah.
It's just, but we have to actively choose to be better people.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
wo-
It's an effort.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
And that's and I know people I don't like you said you don't have a specific religion or you don't believe in God. I believe that most religions say this. What's the difference between an animal and human?
Yeah.
God gave humans choice. So choose to be a good person.
I think people just twist it around.
Of course.
You know, and then it
For
just
what?
gets a bad name.
Power.
Yeah.
I told you that already.
It's a bad rap. It gets a bad rap. Religion gets a bad rap because of that shit.
Yeah. All the wars are fought over religion.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then God's going like, But,
I mean,
But then the Russian,
not the point, but
whatever lah.
if I show up there,
Yeah, it's like, when I show up, it's time to end the world. So I'm like, I don't want to show up. I can't show up because I wrote it in the book. If I show up, shit's over. You know what I mean? So I can't.
But curious though, are you like, do you have a religion then?
I believe in God.
Oh,
As simple. I do believe there's a higher power. I do believe there's a plan. And a lot of people said, your path is already set, so why try? No, I believe God is so infinite to a point where He's done multiple choice already. Your whole life is multiple choice. It's each fork in the road you pick, and then you pick. It's like the book last time, go to page 25.
The Goosebumps one?
Yeah,
The Goosebumps
yeah.
Oh, that shit was
so
really good.
life is like that. God already set that path.
Except
Yeah.
Goosebumps, if you find the ending first and you want the ending, you retrace back.
No, but in a way we can. No matter what.
Yeah, you set a goal, I guess, right?
Whatever mistakes we do, it doesn't mean you cannot write it.
Yeah.
It's just your ego stops you from writing it. That's all. You go like, no, I was right. Hence Donald Trump.
Yeah. Or many others, actually.
So it's your ego stopping you.
Were your parents religious? And did they sort of cascade that train
My
of thought down to
mom
you?
is, but my father was a person who told me read all religions, study everything because you're going to have an opinion about it. So before you have an opinion about something, know it. So I read like everything.
Wise words, man. Fuck.
So
But what was your mom like? Did she believe in? Was she Christian? Was she a Hindu?
She, once again, believes in God.
Oh
That done.
shit.
Yeah. So we are the believe in God kind of people.
I see.
So I've got no problems with that. If you don't believe in God, fine.
Yeah,
It's like it's for me. It's like, are you a good person? Yes. Okay. Good. Like done. Do whatever you want.
It was so strange because when I was like 10 or 11,
Yep.
and I went to SK, and then I remember his name is Jigu Wong, right? Jigu Wong asked me, right, what's your agama? And he asked the class one by one. When he came to me, I said I was a free thinker.
Yep.
And the reason why I said I was a free thinker is because I asked my dad what he believed, and he said I'm a free thinker. And I asked him what it was, and he was basically saying he believes there's a God, but he doesn't exactly believe it's specifically the Christian God or the or Allah or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I asked him why. He said it's because he's just not sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fair, right? And I asked myself, like, is Jesus real? Is Allah real? When I was so young, I was 9 and I asked all these questions. I thought, and the only reason why I asked this question is because I thought it looked cool to wear a cross around your neck.
Ah, okay.
Simple,
Fair enough.
simple
Aesthetics.
question, right? Aesthetics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of
and then
course.
when I asked myself, do I need to be a Christian to wear a cross? And that's when I asked that question, do I need to be a Christian? What is the difference between Christianity and Islamism and etc., etc., etc.? And I watched a lot of like...
prophet.
Yeah, sorry. No, but I mean the concept of it, like there is a higher being and there are multiple rules that are set onto you.
Right.
Don't eat pork,
Right.
circumcise.
Yep.
Then one is go to church, read the Bible,
No,
etc., right?
but the Old Testament says don't eat pork.
The Old Testament also says stone women to death
Yeah,
after
yeah.
she commits adultery.
Yeah.
But so at that same time when I was asking all these questions, right, and my neighbor was very kind. Auntie Chok used to bring me to church because I was curious.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, and she bring me to a temple because I was curious.
Cool.
And I was like, fuck.
I've been to all.
Right.
It's fun.
When you know all this, right, you're like, it's actually macam no difference. What?
I find peace in all places of worship. I really find peace there.
There is a serenity
Yeah.
to it. But Jigu Wong was like, but you need to have a religion.
Why?
Then he said he takes my exercise book, he flips it around, and he's like, you read this?
Kepercayaan kepada
Yeah,
Tuhan.
bro.
Yeah, I believe in God.
I know, but he's like, you need to have agama. You need to list it down.
It didn't say perlu ada agama. He says
Kepercayaan
kepercayaan
kepada
kepada
Tuhan.
Tuhan. So if your Tuhan is science,
Then like that lor. Tom Cruise Scientology
Yeah.
also can, right?
so what is religion? So you got to talk to Cikgu Wong and ask what's your definition of
Bear in
religion?
mind lah, this was like
Exactly. You were 10 years old, right? Sadly, you
He's
cannot
just
articulate
trying
this
to
idea.
fucking-
when I
Tahami only lah.
was in school, I really cari pasal with a lot of people. Because I like I said, my father told me read, so I asked a lot of questions, and people hated my questions. Because I really know a lot. Okay, when it comes to religion, I know a lot about.
okay, I don't know lah. I don't know a lot lah,
It's
but I was
fun.
asking questions.
It's
lah.
fun because you see people thinking you're stupid, and then you just throw a line, and then they're like that hypothetical question I asked. You ask anyone. You ask over religious people and see how they react. You'll see their true colors instantly.
Would you be a good person if you didn't go to heaven?
If
If heaven was guaranteed.
heaven was guaranteed,
Would you still be the same person lah?
Yeah.
Would you still make the same decisions?
yeah. If like you stab that guy and kill that guy, you still go to heaven. Would you? Do it.
I think I'm too much of a pussy to do it, but I think a lot of people would say, yeah, what's that, lah?
Yeah.
I mean,
which is horrible.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to be a
good
human.
person. Nonetheless.
All religions teach you how to be a good person. It's a guide. It's a guide.
Yeah.
To become a good
Yeah.
person. And the end product of being a good person is going to heaven.
yeah. They
Not
promise.
the goal. It's the end product. It's like, hey, wait, the byproduct of being a good person, you get to go to heaven.
That's right, that's
You're a
right.
bad person, you go to hell. It's just
Yeah.
that's basic concept of it. I like that concept, as in be a good person lah. You know, if not, you should be. You know, like,
Fair enough.
if you're a fucker, you deserve a slap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that was fair game, bro.
Yeah,
It's fair game.
it's simple concept. I'm like, okay, I like that concept.
And I actually feel this question that you're imposing to people
Yep.
is it crosses people's minds quite often and they just don't realize it. So it's like when you see someone giving back to charity, is it with the intention of genuinely
Yeah,
helping
yeah,
people,
yeah.
or
Or
are
is
you
it-
earning social credits?
Correct.
Right? Credits to go to heaven.
So if you
Because technically, if you donated, you just anonymous that shit, right?
Yeah,
If you
you
really
can.
care.
exactly.
Yeah, of course. No, but that's why it goes back to the point where I said that table thing, and you're like, I wanted a day where that's just normal. I remember when I was I used to go to Bangsa village a lot and shop at the grocers, and I remember I used to sit at Starbucks. I always see this old lady. I forgot her name already, but anyway, she comes shopping every day, and she takes like 6 years to climb up the stairs. All right, every time. So I'm like, okay, from now on, if I see her, I'm gonna help. So every time I see her, I help her up, and she's like, thank you, and cool. Then one day suddenly on Twitter, it's like, oh my god, look, JJ helping an old lady. Like that. I'm like, no, not important. I saw it. I'm like, not important. It's like,
Okay, maybe I'm a bad person.
yeah,
All right, I'm just gonna lay it out right
Yeah.
now. But when I was in the US, right, I used to live next to a lady that lived alone.
yep,
All right, and SF it's quite hardcore, lah.
Yeah.
All right, especially because I lived next to the Golden Gate Park at that time, and the Golden Gate Park has a lot of druggies, lah. Okay?
Yep.
It's quite hardcore.
yep.
She used to ring the bell at 3 a.m.
Uh-huh.
To ask me to carry shit up also, you know, because I helped her out once, and I still remember her name. Her name is Florence.
Right.
You know, one time, okay lah. But when it starts becoming like a habit, right? And it's a concurrent 3 a.m.
You're not a bad person. You just,
You just diet, bro, at 3 in the morning.
you tired, your circumstance and all that. But the thing that you want to reflect on is, have you ever sat down and have a conversation with her?
I don't dare also lah. I mean, she's okay. So right, she's like a solo mother.
I'm not saying
Aiyo,
anything.
Fuck lah.
But if you sat down and have a conversation with her, you suddenly realize why she does it at 3.
I asked her why.
Why?
Ayo, bro, it's gonna sound fucking sad lah. Okay, so right, the bus ends at 1 a.m. All right, and the bus is literally just down the road or some shit like that lah. Okay, but she has to walk, and she walks so fucking slow, dude. And she has to travel from like Oakland, which is like
at the end of the day, that's why she does it. She doesn't mean to, but that's the only option she has.
I know, but like
How you could have?
that's why I say I feel I'm a bad person.
No, you're
But
not.
what am I gonna do, right?
That,
What, are you gonna say no to Florence
I'm not-
at 3 a.m.? No, you couldn't help
the
Florence,
crazy
bro.
part you could have done is Florence, give me your cash. I will do what you need to do at 3. So I'll put it in front of your house. Every day it's there. Don't worry about it. You could have done that, and you could have solved your 3 o'clock problem because you've done it beforehand.
Okay,
I'm not saying
I know, but I also
no, but that's what I mean by you actively
try to help lah.
not try to help, actively understand other people. I'm not saying what you did was wrong. That's your circumstance, and that's how you felt.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't have a lot of foresight. I was like 18 or 19 or so. I was like a fucking idiot. So I was like, 3 a.m.
There's nothing
whatever.
wrong with that. But if you slowly, actively
Yeah.
get to know the people, speak to people, understand people.
Yeah.
It's like we live in Malaysia, okay?
Yeah.
We live in Malaysia. If you park in front of a mosque on a Friday and your car is blocked, it's your fucking fault. Because
For not understanding the
people
situation.
are going to double park. If you park your car in front of a church on Sunday
Confirm.
and block, don't freaking press your horn. It will happen. Understand why they're doing it. Don't say, oh, how can you? No, just understand
That's
why
so
they do it.
Dad's always like this. You know, my dad's always like this. He's like, you have
Yeah.
to be very considerate.
It's not considerate, it's understanding. Like, I hate the freaking word tolerance. I hate Malaysia is such a tolerant. Screw you. I hate tolerance. Because tolerance has a shelf life. Because I tolerate
breaks.
you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a point, then I don't want to tolerate you.
Correct.
But if you understand me, you can hate my guts, but you understand why I'm doing it. Like, exactly this Florence thing, you understand why she does it.
Yeah.
You can be angry at it, you can be upset at the
But I
situation.
still did it for 2 years lah.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? I'm
get
not
what
saying
you're
you're wrong to be upset about it, but you understood it.
Yeah. I just didn't have the foresight to think of a process to.
So you're still not a bad person. You did it.
yeah.
You're upset, begrudgingly did it, but you understood why.
Yeah.
But you could have found a solution if you actually sat down and go,
I actually legit feel bad, right?
What?
After a while, like a year and a half in.
yeah.
Because all my housemates were hearing the bell ring at 3 a.m. And I was like, I'm so sorry. They're like, John, fuck Florence, man. And I'm just like, yo, but she's gonna be in the cold.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I can't live, I can't sleep.
No, but that shows you're a nice guy. So you cannot be angry about that. You're not a bad guy. It's just understanding, dude. Just
Yeah.
especially in Malaysia, the crazy part about Malaysia is you want to learn about any religion, you just go down a street, you get everybody.
Yeah.
So the fact that we don't know each other's religion, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I'm honestly, truthfully victim to that. Yeah.
It's
But didn't you take world religion? You took also, right?
I did, but
You don't really-
I think there's just so much more that I don't know and never cared enough to know.
It's also contextual depending
I
on the
think that's
country,
the
lah, I
truth.
guess.
exactly. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, because we believe like we learn things that will benefit us,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't learn about
But-
others as well, right?
you don't see the benefit of learning things outside. But you never know, because that knowledge could actually open up a door of a conversation in the future because you know it. Like now I'm talking about a lot of shit from the start until now. A lot of shit I shared is all based, learned from reading, talking to other people,
Understanding,
experiences. Dude, it's crazy.
It's a
just
crazy
as
world, bro.
But you have to have the guts to put yourself out there and learn it. It's
true.
It's no one has it. I like if I ride the public transport, my favorite game is to put out my phone and try and make eye contact.
Wait, sorry, if you're taking public transport, what?
Favorite game is to put out my phone and
Oh,
try
and
and make
just-
eye
oh,
contact.
oh.
People scared me. It's like scary.
Yeah.
I look around, when you make eye contact, you smile like,
I've been actually actively trying to smile at strangers recently.
Yeah.
Because
I say hello.
Really?
Yeah, because when I run in my neighborhood,
yeah.
and then normally when I run, I see aunties or I see people jogging and all that. I usually just ignore them 100%. But this year,
You made friends.
I just smile and say, hey,
Yeah.
hey. And I see a recurring pattern because
Yeah.
every morning I run, I
Correct.
notice
Correct.
that this man is blow drying the leaves every time on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
And one time I really was so fucking tired and it was damn hot, right? So I'm
Right.
like, wow, sweat is in my eyes and shit. And he's like, hey, I'm like, hey, he's in a different place.
Here's the crazy thing. Can you imagine, like, after 2 weeks of like, hey, I don't see him. Suddenly,
Then the
bro,
pattern.
are you okay?
Yeah.
and that's how we start caring about each other.
yeah,
That's
it's
right.
true.
That's so true.
It's just
so
small things like that, dude.
Yeah, man.
Because,
Yeah.
but if you don't look at that, you would not even
the-
get to the point of noticing there was a problem.
Yeah, it's true. You know, my dad had a friend, and he used to play tennis with him, like very regularly, lah. And then he got really old,
Yep.
and his wife also passed away. So he lives in this big, like corner lot terrace house.
Yep.
Do you remember what's his name?
Uncle Cool.
Uncle Koo. Yeah, Uncle Koo. He's a really nice guy and all that, but his daughters are living in Australia.
Right.
And going back to the patterns and all that, right? So he used to play tennis up till he was 90, which is already fucking impressive.
Right.
But he stopped playing tennis, for obvious reasons, because he's old. And then one day, he just didn't. I mean, how do I tell this story? Basically, right?
He broke a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his doors were open, his windows were open for like 2 days, And then his neighbor noticed, because the neighbor used to say
2
hi.
days.
2 days. That's when
That
she
was
was like,
quite long, lah.
2 days is a long
The neighbor
time.
not
brother.
very sharp, lah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she called 999,
Yeah.
and turns out, right?
He passed away.
No, bro, he fell down
Oh.
and he couldn't get up, and he was facing the window and he shit himself and pee himself because he just 2 days looking outside the window. And he's like, this is how I die.
Yeah.
Every day,
Yeah.
looking out the window, seeing the sun rise and set. And then luckily the woman called 999, broke through his front door
Yep.
and brought him to the hospital. Saved
But-
him. he passed away a few years later after that lah. But the patterns really make a difference when you see your neighbors.
Yeah.
I swear. This type of shit, right? And that's when I had a reflection over COVID. And I was thinking, like, a couple people passed away and all that. If I got to know a few more people around my neighborhood, wouldn't hurt, right? So go and smile lah, fucker. Now like running, smile, running, smile.
Trust me, you will
Works.
see a lot of difference.
Yeah.
If you ask anybody in SS15, they'll know me already.
Bro, hey, if you know a lot of people, SS15, that's a good place to know people.
Because I'm literally at my laundry constantly. All right? I'm sitting at the front of my laundry. Anyone will be like, what's up? Hey. At first, everybody is scared. Now, everybody like, bro, how are you? Hey,
It's true. I think that first hurdle is so difficult.
but you have to make the first thing.
That's right.
Then eventually people are like, oh, okay, he's harmless.
Yeah. But I think people...
He's the crazy old uncle at the laundry.
But people confuse that in Malaysia. They always think that it's like, oh, what's his intention?
Yeah.
Is he MLM?
Correct.
Is he going to sell me insurance?
but just actively choose to.
Right?
Yeah.
And if
It's a choice, bro.
Yeah.
It's a choice and it's an action. It's
Yeah.
it's work. Being nice is hard. Being evil is easy.
Yeah. But there's this really hardcore Christian uncle that walks around my neighborhood. And then when you bump into him, that's
Then
it,
he
bro.
gives you-
half an hour, bro.
No,
That one is it, lah.
the funny part about people, I love to listen to them.
Oh, JJ, you want to move or not?
I-
You entertain this man.
it's-
Dude, this guy is
there's
hardcore,
a difference between entertaining. If you start questioning him, not questioning him as in to shake his religion, but questioning him based on if he brings up a topic like, oh, okay, which verse is this from? Where you get it from? See how deep his knowledge of that is. It could just be shallow knowledge, you know.
Spoiler alert, it's shallow as fuck.
Then the crazy part of by asking the which verse is it from, where do you hear it and all, it's suddenly he'll go, okay, the next time I talk to you, I better be prepared. But because of that action, suddenly now he's learning more. So your action has helped him learn.
Fair. That's good.
Domino
So-
effect, I guess. Yeah.
Good.
Don't do it as a gotcha moment. No, it's not. It's just I'm curious. So, and then he like, okay, hold on, I'll come back tomorrow and get back. Okay, cool. I'm good with that.
Oh, I don't know when I can spend half an hour with this uncle.
No,
this is a lot of time.
Trust me, your timing will be shorter. It will go shorter. Because at the moment, it's just him regurgitating things he heard.
I have
But
now just
when you know when you know stuff, you get shorter. Your words get shorter.
I just dodging him now, bro.
Don't dodge him, because when
I
you dodge him,
scared.
he deliberately looks for you.
No, okay, so my
No
mom is
wonder
my-
I see him all the time.
There's a reason why this guy dodged me.
Yeah.
You know, God has sent me to talk to him. That's why I'm going to.
You know,
Oh,
it's a-
100%. That's how he thinks.
Do you know which uncle I'm talking about?
Of course I know.
So
Fucking hell,
ask
man.
him. Be intrigued by him, and then you'll see a difference. I'm serious. Like on Facebook, anything. If I get hate, I always like, yo, what's up? Tell me, teach me more. If you think you know more than me, go ahead. I'm a learner now. You know, student. Teach. Then they like, oh no lah, bro, you don't understand. I'm like, no, go ahead. Tell me what you think I
Yeah.
don't know.
My mom will hate me for this shit. My mom's my boss. So she's going to be so fucking pissed. John, can you stop fucking talking to that person? Just get back to fucking work. I'll be like, I'm sorry, mom.
I think the only exception to JJ's advice is mom, lah.
yeah, bro.
Let's just not go there, lah.
I work in family business, bro. So
Right.
it's like, the uncle is at the kopitiam.
You know what's the crazy part? Suddenly the uncle brings in like 6,000 business. Your mom will be like, yes! yes!
Ask
Thank you
more.
for the conversation. Ask him to bring all his church friends here. So, dude, it's
Maybe.
you have to know. I do believe every action we do has a reaction to it. It's just how we deal with things. I choose happiness every day. I've got stress and everything over my head. That is 100%. No one living this world doesn't have stress over the head. But
Sure.
I actively choose every day to be happy.
That is actually something, it's so difficult, but it's so simple.
Correct.
It's so simple. Like, do you choose today to be in a good mood? Or do you choose to shit on the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you wake up with that mindset, right, immediately the whole day,
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a fucking shit show. Right?
Did you see the America's Got Talent, the Nightbird person?
No.
You don't know Nightbird.
I feel like I have. I saw it on Facebook or something.
Yes.
Bruh. Dude, I don't know lah. I feel like maybe I need to spend
La 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 la.
Oh, shit, dude, I
Don't
got-
use Facebook for the wrong reasons.
Nightbird,
Nightbird. There you go.
singer, songwriter.
She just passed away.
Oh, she's the really emancipated woman.
what of all the things you can't play video, right? You can't hear. So
No,
her
I've
line
seen this.
is after she sang her song and all, and Simon's like, I don't know how you like that, and then her line was more or less along the. I'm paraphrasing here, but she says, you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to then only be happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect to be happy. You can choose to be happy no matter what situation you're in. She's stage 4 cancer and she passed away recently.
Oh, fuck.
But she chose to be happy and positive.
I do believe it's a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also do believe it's because, when people tell you you're going to die, then suddenly reflection happens.
Mortality is a scary thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to my girlfriend about this whole type 1, type 2, type 3 civilization. I don't know if you've heard of it,
Yeah.
And this guy was saying how we are not even type 0.7, because we don't even have a common language. We don't even know how to maximize the resources of this earth and everything.
Yeah.
And he was saying how probably in 100 years now, 2120.
Can we survive climate change? I don't know.
Who knows, lah, bro?
I know, but
Currency, lah, bro. We have no hope, lah.
he's projecting lah. He's
Yeah.
assuming in 100 years we would reach type 1 civilization. And then I was like, but you do what you can in life to give back, right?
Yeah.
That's why we do the podcast, so we have conversations with people, I could easily just talk to you and you might not record, right?
Yeah.
But we do the hassle of setting up and shit. Then she's like, wow. Actually that's I won't be alive, way. And you forget that. You forget that you have a timeline. And I think like with Nightbird, right? When you know your timeline, right? Or a very distinct projection of your timeline, you see things in a very different fucking light, man.
I've got a lot of unique friends in this world. And one of my friends is a filmmaker in Australia. So he does all kinds of different projects. And then he asked, he put in his Facebook, anybody wants to be part of my project? And I'm like, Ken, no problem. So what he did is, if you're within Australia, he would have mailed you something. But if you're not, he'll send you an email. And he says, video yourself once you open it. All right? I just want you to video yourself once you open it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Video, and then just talk. So it's just squares on weeks. So weeks, 50, how many?
52.
52 and years, 90.
Bro, I was literally going to bring this up, by the way.
Yeah.
What
really?
What video is this?
Yes. It's a calendar of the number of weeks
Correct.
that someone is alive.
So 52, 90, all right? And he just gave me that. So all of us had different reactions. And he gave it to all kinds of different ages. So the 20-year-old, like, oh my God, I'm just filling up here. Mine was like, shit, I'm halfway.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm like halfway done. What have I done? Have I filled those squares perfectly? And everybody has a reaction. But the funny part is at the end, everybody had a positive outcome to it. Positive look to it. And it was so simple to see your life in a piece of paper.
Organized.
It really puts into perspective.
So don't.
I need to see this video though.
No, it doesn't have to be a video. It's,
Yeah.
it's essentially
But
just
the-
a calendar.
Oh, what my friend did. His name is sadly Jason Van Gendren.
Calendar of your life.
Yeah.
So Jason Van Gendren, he did a video.
Something like this, right? I'm assuming.
Essentially, yeah.
So it's fun.
Birth.
Yeah. So there was a TikTok video that I saw about this calendar.
Yep.
And needless to say, you shade the number of weeks that you've been alive, and then you can see from a larger picture.
So the guy who did it, your battery is going to run out. So you better charge.
Wait, give me 15 seconds.
Okay. So the guy who did it is called
Yeah.
Jason Van Gendren. So he's a friend of mine who specializes. He does videos using smartphones.
I see.
And his first award he won was he won Tropfest New York using the N95 Nokia.
That's retro as shit, bro.
But you got to watch his video. It's called No Man Is an Island. Beautiful stuff. But just on N95. And you watch it, you go, if you can, you just watch it. It's at your free time.
I am
Jason Van Gendren is dope.
Jason what? Sorry.
Van Gendren.
J
G.
G.
There.
Oh.
The
Jason
man.
Van Gendren.
He's a friend of mine. He's dope. So I've done projects with him. He's a nice guy.
Wow. You know, it's strange, right? When I was
That's Omar, his mom who just passed away. She had Alzheimer's. He documented her.
Oh, that must have been difficult.
Yeah, he handled it strong, man. That's Omar's chair. When Omar left, it was a big thing. But he went viral during the COVID.
who is his mom? This one?
Yes, so he went viral during COVID because his mom. Because when you have Alzheimer's, or you fall into habits. You tend to have structures of Friday I go shopping and all that.
Right.
So she always goes shopping at this. I forgot this. Australia has this.
Farmer's market. Or
There's this specific famous store that everybody goes to. I forgot what it's called. It's like Walmart or whatever, but the Australian version. What he did is printed out all the things to make it look, and he brought the produce in the house because the mom can't leave COVID the house. So the mom lives. So he took it out and got a trolley, and the mom walked around the house to shop just to be calm. And his son was at the cashier. It was really cool, but he did that for his mom. So
that is.
But that's one of the things. He does a lot of cool things. I like him.
Right.
Good friend.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been introducing to a lot of people. No?
Yeah. The calendar that I saw was more the key takeaway here was if you see your parents say twice a year, how many more times you get to see your parents, and most people fall under 30 times you'll see your parents.
Yeah.
And putting that into perspective
You're
is
like,
horrendous.
oh shit, yeah.
And that was how I've spent the past 20 years of my life, and it brings people down to their knees.
Do what you. It's when you're down at your knees.
Did you go speak near to the thing?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, got excited there.
It's okay, man.
I've been privileged in my life, privileged in a way where I've got a lot of chances to do a lot of weird things. Like when I was 17, my friend's uncle has a textiles company in India, right? So we were the intermediate. At 17, I knew how to do trade count and all that. So we were the intermediate for a Malaysian local famous brand. I'm not going to say the name. They wanted to buy from his uncle. So we brought them to India and discussed the whole things. But when I was in India, the uncle is rich, so the rich, the ultra rich. But the ultra rich will be here, and right next to it is the slums.
Yep.
And you can see the
Disparity.
the disparity, and whoa. But here's the crazy thing. I said, hey, can I walk through the slums and see? They're like, why do you want to do that? I'm like, can I? They're like, go lah, no problem. We'll walk with you. Cool. And everybody in the slums welcomes you to the house, and you want tea? You want it? Nothing. They don't want anything from you. They just are welcome. I'm like, you reach the rich people, all like, I'm like, oh, this is very weird. So, yeah, at 17, I understood the value of life, because I remember every time going to work, the car will just pass by a dead body on the side and nothing. People just walking by, because he was poor and he died.
You know, I just.
But at 17, I'm like, oh shit, nobody cares. And then there'll be people asking for money. They like, please don't give, because you give one, you get
will
all.
come. Yeah.
And you like, I can't. I want to help, but you can't, because that's the norm. It's so you're like, oh shit, this sucks. But
You know, I was just reading something about Sweden the other day. I don't know whether you guys read it.
Okay.
It's about how in Sweden, right? It's Scandinavian. It's supposed to be perfect and shit. But did you know, right, that in Sweden, right, the culture is to not offer food when there are guests over?
oh really?
I give you an example.
Yeah, I read this.
You read
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So the example is...
This one I don't know. This is something new. I'm
it's so
learning.
fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So you know how in Malaysia, right? Let's say you come over to my place. First
Makan.
thing I ask you, I'm like, hey bro, you want a beer? You want to makan?
Dah
anything?"
makan dah?
That is literally our upper khabar.
Yeah,
It's
dah makan.
you makan already, right?
Yeah.
In Sweden, right?
It's
So, okay, the premise is this is a black lady who lives in Sweden. She's Swedish.
Yep.
Born in Sweden.
Yep.
But she's going to a friend who is white and Swedish.
Yep.
Goes to a house and they play. So they're like 12 or 10 or whatever when they're young lah. White kid has dinner and says, oh, you chill in my room first.
Oh.
I'm going to have dinner.
Oh. But that's the culture lah.
Bruh. But dude, isn't that fucking wild lah, bro?
Yeah, but that's the weird part about that is it's wild for us because we are dah makan culture. But that's how they are. And there must
guess.
be a reason to it.
It's
That's-
because so their justification for it
Cool.
in the comment section I was reading
Yep.
was, when we bought groceries, we only bought for this set amount.
which if you want to put it in a way of being
Calculative, then yeah.
no, not calculative, not overspending.
I guess,
we
yeah.
keep that. If you look at that, like if I knew you were coming beforehand, I would have bought something for you.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what's in stark contrast, like what you said,
what?
in poverty-stricken
Yeah,
places,
of course.
they don't even think about that.
Yeah, I know. It's the world is a weird place. The
This is why we're not
people
type 1,
who have
bro.
less will give more.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
The people who have more
Keep
says I need to grow more before I can help the people who don't have anything. That's how it is. So change
It's
that.
weird how life rewards the people who keep. Don't you think? It's a capitalist fucking world.
Yeah,
You keep your wealth, you
it's-
grow your wealth, you
it's-
multiply your wealth. If you
that's-
are poor, you give more away, you
Are
have
they,
nothing.
Are they reward? Are they happy?
Yeah, that's the difference, lah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's how you justify what your happiness
I
is.
need to
lah.
reevaluate my life, lah, this conversation.
I'm sorry. We started with radio, now we're going live.
No, man.
But my perspective of life is I don't judge anyone, even no matter what you want to do, go ahead, do it, man. Because that is your life.
Okay, I'm going to throw you another culture I just listened to today, bro.
Yep.
Okay, in Papua New Guinea,
Yep.
the way they judge a young boy transitioning from boy to adult
Yep.
is they shove sticks and leaves up this boy's nose until it starts to bleed.
Okay.
Okay?
There must be a reason to
I'm
it
not even
from the
done, JJ.
past.
This is not even the hardcore part, bro. The hardcore part is after done and he starts bleeding, that's when they stop.
Yep.
And he has to perform fellatio on like several males and drink the guy's semen.
Okay.
And after that, get semen in his ass to prove that he's transitioning from boy to male. Just listen to this today.
I would love to hear your rebuttal.
There's no rebuttal to it because I don't know the history of that. Why did they do it? There is everything. Do you know, like even our culture, the Ibans. Do you know the Ibans? The female has a tattoo here.
Okay,
Have
is
you
it
seen
ring around it?
the traditional Iban tattoos?
I can't say I have, actually.
So the Iban women, only the women has the tattoo on their hand.
Oh, okay.
And the guys has the kalabit and
Ah,
all
on
that.
the shoulder.
So it's all about the culture of see,
So
that
this
is
one.
that right. So that is the only women that can have that are the people who are supposed to be the one in charge of washing the heads because Iban long time ago were headhunters, right? You know that, right? So the people who wash the skulls and clean it are these
Women
women,
with the
and they
tattoos
have
on the
this
arm like
tattoo
here.
is because it stops that spirit from coming into you. That's what they do. All right.
Oh.
And why do they cut off the head and wash the head and clip it in the thing? It's to respect that person.
I see.
I don't know about the drinking semen part, but this one I kind of understand.
There's a reason that we don't know the reason. I don't want to say, but to our culture, that's horrible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's how they are. Do you know what a fafafini is?
How do you spell that,
The
bro?
heck is a fafafini, bro?
Fafafini is in New Zealand. Fafafini.
Oh, there.
Fafafini.
Okay.
Read what it is.
Fafafini are people who identify themselves as having a third gender or non-binary role in Samoa, American Samoa, and the Samoan diaspora.
Now,
So they do not identify as male or female. lah.
right. But they become fafafinis. Most of the time is they are more female orientated.
Oh, okay.
Fafafinis, this is based on what my limited knowledge of what I know fafafinis. If in that culture you have 3 boys
Okay.
or 2 boys, I forgot how many boys as sons, the 4th one is raised as a fafafini.
No. What?
Yeah.
They make the father a girl lah, or
Yeah.
half lah.
No, but it's not a girl. It's a third gender. They are raised like women, but they are men.
Wow.
They will kick the crap out of you, but they dress in dress.
Oh, thank God. You didn't say kick his balls. I think you're gonna
Nothing
kick
wrong with it. It's not weird. Like
Yeah, yeah.
It's their culture.
Right.
That's how they do it. So, and if you're thinking of the drinking semen, last time the Romans, all of them had a boy toy.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing. It's a status symbol.
You know, arguably, it's actually a little bit better than being Spartan.
Yeah.
You know, because Spartans would have to battle each other and kill each other as kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
technically, would you rather drink cum
So
or kill each other? I think cum lah, I guess.
At the end of the day, there's a lot of. Like I said, do what you need to do. There's nothing. I'm not going to judge you for what you need to do, because if that is what you believe your path is, go ahead, do it. Are you hurting me by doing that? No, go ahead, do it. If your actions hurt me, then we've got a problem.
Yeah lah.
Yeah.
But-
Because I suppose there is a sense of respect as well, right? I think if you should, as I respect what you do, whether it's drinking cum or whatever, you should also respect what I do, which
Correct.
is not drink cum. Example.
And if we cannot accept that as their norm, and we go, they're so backwards, then of course the whole alien coming and kill us, 100%. I agree with the aliens to kill us because we
Yeah.
are stupid people.
Yeah.
All right, but I want to believe that people are that. Like, you can do your shit, I can do my shit, and we still can be friends.
Yeah. But I
I
think-
can disagree with you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we still can be
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think we're just not there.
No.
We're just not at year
Once again,
2123.
we have to actively choose to do that.
Yeah.
Like you just said, I challenge you with this. I'm like, cool.
I'm just saying, man, that's fucking crazy,
no, but
bro.
that's your point. And you thinking it's crazy. It's not even. I'm not even going to judge you on that.
I was running this morning and I listened to that podcast and I just stopped for a while. I'm like, wow, luckily I'm Chinese Malaysian.
No, but if you were there, you would want to be a man. You'd be like, "Come in my ass, bro."
Yeah. No, exactly.
I guess.
because then you become a man, and it's,
Yeah, man. I don't know.
everyone is doing it.
Have you
So-
seen those where they put the hands inside the ants one?
Correct. Now,
Oh, fucking hell.
Then their woke would be the people who, I don't want to do this. I don't need to do this already. And they will be like, oh my God, they're progressive too much. They are forgetting the culture. Same thing. Lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why are we judging people for where they are in their positions of wokeness
Background
or
and-
brains?
yeah.
Or, go ahead, think. As long as whatever you're going to do doesn't hurt me, just do whatever you need to do. Lah.
Yeah, lah. I guess,
Got
man.
no problems with anybody. I'm like, go ahead. You should see the amount of people on my TikTok trying to instigate fights with me. I laugh at them.
Bro, actually the comment section is a toxic
Oh, I
ass.
love-
It's horrendous.
I
You
always
love,
talk to them. I talk to them, but the only thing I don't allow my feed is anyone mean. You start being mean, I like, dude, fuck off.
Oh, fair game lah, that one.
Just don't be mean. You wanna challenge me, poke fire, go ahead. I'm fair game. But if you mean, as long as there's meanness, you're out of here. I don't talk to you.
The comment section for the YouTube channel and our TikTok is the same.
Yeah.
You just block that shit, like fuck that lah.
I enjoy I've even got hate from Patrick Teo before.
Is it?
What's good with him?
He was a legend in his time, so I respect him for that. But I remember when we went to Radiooh, we tried to rebrand the station and call it more adult content, and I forgot what our tagline was.
But Patrick Teo was in Red FM?
No, Patrick Teo was in BFM.
Oh.
I think BFM. I forgot where
It
Patrick
sounds
was.
like he's a BFM dude.
So I remember he went on Facebook and had a rant about the station, and then brought me up, my name up as well. It's like, who's this JJ? And the funny part is, I know Patrick. My father was his Radio 4 and
Yeah.
whatever. So anyway, so he went all out, and then he's like, who's this people trying to act adult? They're so childish and blah blah blah. Who's this JJ person? What does he stand for? Juvenile jerk? I'm like,
Wow.
So-
wow, are you fucking
I'm
serious?
not joking. I'm not joking. So he put it
This
up. on the
guy.
So, but the funny part is,
quite a dick
I
move,
wanted to
bro.
laugh was because he called me childish but made fun of my name.
Yeah.
So it's contradictory.
oxymoron,
It's quite
right?
So
ironic.
what I did was I went into the comment and just like, hey Patrick, thanks man. I would love to improve on myself. How can I improve? Please tell me. That's all I did. And then you see everyone like, first answer him lah, answer him. You answer lah, answer. He never answered me. But if you genuinely think I need to improve, tell me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to accept what you're going to tell me, but I would love to hear what your opinion is.
sure.
I've got no problems with that.
Wow, this really, really changes my perception of Patrick Teo, bro. This really changes my perspective of Patrick
No,
Teo.
but but him doing that, I didn't judge him or get angry with it. I'm like, okay, cool. You at that point, that's his vision of his point of view.
Yeah.
I don't mind because that's his point of view. but maybe he didn't take the opportunity to speak to me.
Yeah.
So I got no problems with that. But that's why I reached out like, yo, bro, let's speak.
I think I've seen a comment like that somewhere. I don't know where I've seen it, but I think
So
It's about receiving these words with a sense of taking it constructively.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And taking it objectively. really.
That's why I'm like, it's not easy to piss me off. But if you do, then back away. I'm not a nice person when I'm angry. But it takes a lot to piss me off.
it's so sad how like people do that online though.
No,
Like,
but
I think he doesn't even count the topic.
But people are people. You have to understand people are people. I don't understand. I don't know what circumstance, outside pressures he had at that moment to write that.
That's right. That's right.
True,
So I can't judge him for that. So I can't say, oh, he's a bad person. Maybe something triggered something.
Or he was pressured
Yeah,
or whatever
it's like the
lah.
Will Smith slap.
Oh.
He shouldn't have done that.
He really shouldn't have done that.
But Chris Rock should have known better to pull that joke. He didn't know that she had alopecia, and yeah, people get jokes and all. So like I remember when that happened, I wish I was on radio because I would have had two discussions. All right, the discussion I would have had is like, let's put the slap aside. Put the slap aside.
Okay.
The slap is wrong. Just put that full stop. Slap is wrong. But how far is the joke? How far can we joke in this day and age? How far can we push a joke?
I actually think no holds barred.
No holds barred for jokes.
Yeah. I mean, you hired a comedian for a reason.
Correct. Okay.
You know?
I know, but comedians are supposed to joke in general, not focus on targets.
I think when I've been to stand up,
Correct. No, but depending on the stand-up you hired, they hired that person for that kind of jokes. So that's what happens. There are comedians who don't attack people specifically. They joke in general. Billy Crystal joked in
like
general.
a generic whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
So
I guess.
So at the end of the day, where is the line when it comes to jokes? For me, there's always a line when it comes to jokes. That's why when Dave Chappelle's jokes, he pushes the line. But I love Dave Chappelle's jokes because he changes the perspective of it. When he talks about transgender and all that, he's talking about you are the whole rights and understanding. And then he flipped it. It's like, what if I feel like I'm a Chinese man? And then I start talking in a Chinese accent. Am I wrong?
I don't think he's wrong.
You're free to speak however you like and
But
identify
the
however you
world
like.
will say you're racist.
Yeah, because you're appropriating or whatever. Like,
Sure.
right?
You're
So
mocking
how-
them. Yeah.
So how is that? So when is that an understanding? And
Right.
So when he did that, he didn't mean to poke fun. He just said it.
As an example.
And I like that kind of jokes because it makes me think. Not that I changed my mind straight away. It's like, oh, okay, you brought up a point. I'll think about that. So when it comes to joke, I like smart jokes like that.
Right.
But you wouldn't, you would feel as if it was a personal attack, it's not allowed. Like, it shouldn't be allowed.
For me, is
personal attack in terms of a joke.
because there's history to it already.
And there's no malice, you see. I
Chris
feel-
Rock already pulled a joke long time ago about Jada, the last time he did it. So you know that history to it.
There was a previous joke
Yeah.
prior, right?
Yeah. So the previous joke prior was Jada wanted to boycott the Oscars or something like that, and then he joked about it like, you weren't invited, so why are you boycotting? Kind of joke the last time.
Yeah.
So this time around, and then he attacked again, and then the whole drama of people saying, "Oh, Jada is controlling Will," whatever lah. There's a lot of history and sub behind it, but I would really like to know when it comes to lines, when it comes to jokes, and I won't say my understanding and what I believe in is right or wrong. It's just that's where my line
it's
is.
perspective.
This is my line.
Yeah, your personal
But
line.
you have a different line. It's okay. I'm okay with it. But this is my line. That's about it. That's how I would have done shows.
Personally, I feel as if the slap wasn't necessary at all because physical violence is just not accepted.
Correct.
But this is slap aside, lah, right?
Yeah, but slap aside, right? I feel that a comedian should be allowed to joke. Because if you restrict, you should have said, hey, beginning,
Correct.
you set the limits.
Fair
You tell the comedian, hey, brother, no personal attacks.
Okay.
I think if you set that line, then the comedian, now it's his responsibility. You cannot cross that line. Huh?
Now the next one I would have brought after that was, is chivalry dead? Because 50 years ago, what Will Smith did was the coolest thing in the world.
Is it?
Because the man defended his wife.
Fair.
I still, 50 years ago.
I mean, you have to live in the now.
I know, but
So
But then people always say chivalry is dead, but that was chivalry. The Knight's Code.
right.
I'm just
Yeah, for sure.
I guess it is.
But in the context of 50 years ago, abso-fucking-lutely, bro.
Yeah, I should have taken a sword.
Yeah.
Stop fucking swinging and shit. A battle, I challenge now to a battle.
That's just what I would have done on radio. That part.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a funny discussion.
That would have been juicy though.
Yeah. That's why I like shit. When I saw that, I'm like, damn, I wish I was on radio.
Yeah, shit.
You know when that happened, right? I was thinking to myself, right? I need to rewatch this video. So I rewatched it and I analyzed the shit out of it. You know? And you know what I realized?
What?
Will Smith was laughing at the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
100%.
But the delayed timing of you look at the whole thing. It's sometimes switches. You've worked behind the switching, it's sometimes delayed and there's some delay to it. So what was that? I would love to have been there.
Then it's indisputable.
The whole thing. I would have loved to be there. Because at the moment, whatever we're saying is based on what we
Saw on the
saw
video
there.
and whatever,
And I'm not saying whatever conclusion we come up with is right or wrong. It's our own conclusion.
Yeah.
We just shouldn't force our conclusion onto others. Like, how dare you say that? I'm like, no. It's your thing.
right.
Do whatever.
But I
you
think
want.
after that, Will is actually...
He
like,
apologized.
I know he
Oh, yeah.
apologized, but I think he's banned, right?
Yeah,
if I'm
from
not
the
mistaken.
Oscars.
He's banned.
He's banned from the Oscars. And right after that, also, Chris Rock came up and said he didn't know she had alopecia.
Yeah.
So he pulled that joke because she thought it was a hairstyle.
Yeah.
What I can say though is Chris Rock took it like a fucking champ.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh
dude.
my god, the amount of respect.
Yeah,
that
that's
had
like,
from-
whoa.
yeah, it's like it's not just like the very
Physical,
explicit,
yeah.
conscious decisions that he made thereafter, but
Right.
it's also his facial expression,
Correct.
his level of professionalism, absolutely sublime.
Okay.
Incredible.
Here's another thing I would have asked with, okay, imagine Will Smith didn't slap,
Right.
but he stood up and said, keep my wife's
Name out your fucking mouth.
mouth. That's all he did. And he kept shouting that and then stopped. Everybody would be like, whoa. And then Chris Rock would have been the bad guy.
Yep. 100%.
But it's just a slap that changes the whole scenario.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I don't know.
no, Chris Rock would have been the bad
Oh
guy.
yeah, no, for sure.
He
I don't
would've-
know.
He would have been the bad guy. It's because
I still-
Will Smith defended his wife
Wife.
without resorting to violence. Because he was the man, the bigger guy.
That's
I
right,
don't
that's
know
right.
about that. I would
Funny
still
how
be on
the
Rock's
world
side.
works, huh?
Huh?
I would still be on Rock's side.
I
for some-
know you would. I'm not judging you, but the majority would have been on Will Smith's side.
I would have been on Will's side.
Is it?
Definitely. My
Because-
instinct would tell me that.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, he stood up his wife. Man.
Yeah, what's not to love about that?
Because his wife got disease. How dare you make his wife disease like that? Because the wife, the baldness was not a choice.
Oh, for sure. I just feel that the lines weren't drawn for Chris.
Yeah. No, but for me, when it comes to jokes, is if you actively choose to be that and someone jokes about you for that, then they're joking about your choices.
Yeah. But this one
But
is
if
a
you have no
non-choice.
choice, it's like, hey, you got cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
ooh, we all know where this has been before.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't choose to have cancer, but you want to joke about it? Okay, go ahead.
But I think there is a difference because I know this guy who is missing his leg, right? And he lost it in an accident.
And he can joke about it.
And people joke about at him. And
No,
he's-
because he has put it out there. I'm cool.
yeah.
And then
You see, I think
he's opened that
yeah.
gate.
But you see, because he's a comedian as well, right?
Because he opened that gate.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. That's why I feel like the line wasn't drawn for Chris. It's not
No,
fair.
it's unfair. You can't say the line wasn't drawn for Chris. It's just go ahead and make jokes. It's your choices that make who you are. That's why I said just if Will Smith did the whole
keep your
kill
my
your-
wife's,
and not slap,
then
Chris would have been made the wrong choice to make jokes about someone who's having a disease.
Chuck, what do you think, Chuck? Would you be on Will Smith's side or Chris Rock's side if Will Smith didn't slap Chris Rock? Serious shit, bro. Your comment in the fucking comment section down below. I want to know.
It's the obvious choice, bro.
Nah, man. Bro, where does it end? That's the question. Because if that's the case, right? Like you cannot even say certain things because what?
No. That goes back to why didn't Chris Rock research about why Jada's bald?
You could-
now you're going to say like, oh, why there's so much work? That's
No.
your job. You've been paid to do that.
No, that's the thing, right? Because if you're a comedian,
Right.
right,
Yeah.
you can make a joke.
Okay,
Because the
okay.
premise is it's a joke.
You have to understand something about stand-up comedy.
Okay.
If I pay money to go for someone's stand-up,
Okay.
I know what I'm paying for.
Okay.
This is an event I didn't pay for that. I just happened
Yeah.
to be there, and you just attacked me.
Yeah, fair point.
The context is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're at the Oscars. You're here to potentially win an award, celebrate other people winning awards.
So that's just my line. I'm just pointing out the,
No, for sure, for sure.
different scenarios of it. That's why I said I love to have been able to discuss that. It would have been 3 days of different points of views. First was the joke, where's the line? Then it would have been chivalry. There's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
But nobody decided that. Everybody did the whole meme lah. I'm like, why so lame? It's too easy. Y'all are taking the easy way out.
I don't
Comedy
even
is
think we
too
talked
easy.
about it.
No. We
No,
didn't.
but you're
But in
talking about in
general,
general.
yeah.
Everybody just went the easy route. So I'm like, too lazy. I cannot do lazy. That's why I when I did radio, I really put a lot of research into it.
Which I think a lot of people don't see as well, I feel, right? And in this context,
No, because everything is so fleeting these days.
yeah.
Nobody
I was
takes
gonna get to that point because the content is so short. And when it's short, it's
Nobody's
just,
got time, dude. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But have you heard of Mr. Beast on YouTube?
Of course.
Right? That guy is like pure hardcore planning and shit, right?
Because it's, Mr. Beast is crazy.
He's an outlier for
Yeah.
sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
That guy is
and
a
I love
savage.
what he does.
Right?
I love what he does.
He's so savage when
Yeah.
it comes to the production
Yeah.
and putting the amount of effort.
Because he's got the money, dude.
But so when he, I don't know whether you saw this, right? It's like it's a video of him and he says that I will reach like X number of subscribers by this year. And he like literally posted up like a few years ago saying, oh, I forgot to post this years ago. And it's him talking to himself. He's like saying like, if I don't reach 1 million subscribers by the end of this year, I'm gonna stop YouTube. I'm gonna get a proper job. whatever. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know whether you saw this. Like, it's quite insane, you know.
Everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah, and I
You
think
know Aman Ra, the rapper in Malaysia who does budak flat, that guy.
Aman Ra,
Yeah, it's a Malaysian rapper. Aman
this one.
Ra. Yes. So his breaking point was Budak Flat. See Budak Flat music video kind of thing. Anyway,
Okay.
Budak Flat. Before when he launched that song, he says, if this doesn't hit, I'm quitting music.
Is it?
Yeah.
And he hit lah.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I should have said something like that.
Say now.
Say, if this particular podcast doesn't hit, like Chuko.
Actually, to be fair,
5 views.
actually, I don't give a fuck lah. I just like doing it because it's an excuse to have people to come and talk to.
I do it for fun also lah, bro. What the fuck is the money lah?
Money pays.
But if we really, really, really gave a fuck about the money, we wouldn't be cussing on the podcast. We wouldn't be like vaping. We wouldn't be like having this real fucking conversation. You know, we would be like, "Hi, welcome JJ to our podcast.
like-
Today we're going to be talking about," you know.
And I would have like ended this log. I was like, oh yeah, thanks for this conversation, man. I'm having so much fun, and I've got to go back now. It's late. Hey, what is the time? Oh shit. Okay.
Dude, what time do you need to get back, man?
I need to get back soon enough. Main reason is I was invited to show up at RTM tomorrow to Fresh Brew TV show. Or whatever.
What time, bro?
11 a.m. I gotta
yeah.
be there at 10. So.
Get lah. Wait, what the fuck? Was I supposed to search again?
Oh,
the Mr. Beast one.
Beast.
Oh, bro, Mr. Beast goal. I don't know. I remember he said something like that. There you go.
Mr. Beast, dude.
It looks like this, like the guy in the blue shirt here.
It's simple as this, lah. Look at the numbers he's pulling. It's ridiculous numbers.
I think he's higher than PewDiePie now, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
right?
but I don't
Seriously?
think he has more followers than PewDiePie. Subscribers. I still think PewDiePie
PewDiePie is by far number one, isn't it?
yeah.
No. No
Subscribers-
more already.
Really,
It's him and there you go. You see, T-Series is an Indian one.
Yes, Indian one.
Coco, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still PewDiePie.
Eh?
But
PewDiePie is
I
still
think
number-
Mr. Beast passed already, bro.
No, but at the end of the day is they do different content.
27. Oh, for sure, for sure.
So they do,
Yeah,
do
it's not really
different-
apples to
So
apples, is it?
yeah, exactly. So you're like, oh, look at. So we are breaking it down to such a simple thing like numbers.
One
that,
number.
that decides who's better. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's
It's just different.
to me. I'll prefer the content Mr. Beast does. Doesn't mean PewDiePie sucks.
Yeah.
There's someone else's.
Yeah,
likes.
true.
So
There you go. Hi me in 5 years. Dude, if I don't reach 1 million subscribers in 5 years, I'm just going to quit YouTube and then I'm going to be...
he aged well.
Oh, he did.
did,
didn't
man.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
He was on Joe Rogan, man. And that's how I knew.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan, bro.
Joe Rogan is unique. The funny part is when it comes to Joe Rogan, for me,
Uh-huh.
I've seen his progression in
The early years as well.
his
Or since Fear
style
Factor.
of conversations.
Ah.
He's all of a sudden surround himself more with conservative people. So, and his conversations and his perspective is based on his current situation in life. And when you're talking about people lazy to go to work and stuff like that, he's talking about his friends who cannot find employees.
Yeah.
All right. When he started off, his perspective was his friends who were looking for jobs.
Yeah.
It's
That's true, that's
it's,
true.
It's different already. And I'm not saying it's wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying his point of view
Yeah.
is changed, evolved with him. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about his show, but I feel like I always want to know who he speaks to.
Yeah, because he does poke the bear once in a while. So I appreciate him for that. And
Really? Does he poke the bear?
Yeah. Why you think he's still there? Because the questions he asks. He's trying to be neutral, but he has an opinion. So
What is a poke the bear question?
not poke the bear, it's the vaccines.
Ah, I see. It's somewhat controversial. Okay, I get it.
So he pokes the bear. The bear is the standard, what everybody expects.
Right.
Supposed to, and he's like, no, here's the other side. And then
Yeah.
But I think he
Generally,
has
yeah.
the luxury to do that as well in the US.
yeah,
though.
of course, dude. He's paid 100 million. You think Spotify is going to shut him down? Excuse me, they paid him a lot of money.
No, I mean even before that, I just feel as if like this guy.
No, but his perspectives changed. with his
It's
life.
so true. It's so true. He has been leaning more right wing
Yep.
over time, and I mean, he's human, lah, right? We're all just an average of the people
Yeah.
we're closest to.
Yeah.
And I understand.
how is he right?
He oftentimes
Even the vaccine thing is a very right thing.
Okay.
And you look at his guest pool, it's 60% or 70% right and 30% left.
Yeah, hasn't he also verbally claimed that he is no longer
Yeah.
a left-leaning
No,
individual?
I was just listening to the podcast today. He was saying, "I am so fucking left. I don't want people still think I'm right." That's why I was thinking. I wonder why you guys think he's right.
No, he's
Okay, so there are two
see
things.
the definition of left and right is so weird nowadays.
Yeah.
The weird part is middle is left now.
That is true. The whole spectrum has moved a bit.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called the what's the window? Overton window.
Whoa, I didn't even know.
So
about this
Overton
word.
window is the how society deems right and wrong, left and right. So
Ovaltine.
if I Overton window, try it. I don't know how to spell it. Overton window. There.
Oh, it's literally like the brand. Overton.
Overton. There you go.
Oh shit.
So that's the perspective of people that Elon Musk saying he moved and he's the same and people no, it's the Overton window moves.
Right.
So you just didn't want to move along with Overton window. So don't. It's like the rights in America, black and white and blah blah blah. Even in Malaysia,
Yeah.
the whole Bumiputra and all that. So I'm like, I've put up shit that people get damn like, oh, how dare you do that? I like tattoos are Bumiputra rights, and then I get shit flack.
Wait. Could you say that again?
I say tattoos are Bumiputra rights. Ibans are Bumiputra
Okay.
Oh, and they have the right to do it.
because that tattoos
That's a
are
very
tradition.
interesting perspective.
That thing is a Bumiputra right.
true,
It's
true.
like to get that you have to go through a rite of passage. It's a Bumiputra right. What are you talking about? So Bumiputras are Catholics and all different religions. There's nothing sensitive about that. It's the truth. It's just not normally said out loud.
Yeah.
And
very
like
fascinating
everybody's going, like everybody's anus is like clenched. But
No,
it's the
my inner's
truth.
completely chill, bro.
No, but it's the truth. A
Yeah.
lot of people cannot accept that fact.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're talking about that Bhumiputra. I'm like, no, Bhumiputra is a standard word. There's no levels, A1, grade B or C. It's Bhumiputra, or non-Bhumiputra.
How do you feel about it?
I believe what Tunku Abdul Rahman wanted to do is great. Figure that out.
Okay. So having it be a temporary measure to balance out the playing field, but then once it levels out, we take it away and we adjust by the times.
So I like Tunku Abdul Rahman.
The guy was a man, like
He was the legend.
fucking visionary, man.
What do you think of the death penalty in Singapore?
I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah. In terms of drugs.
It's still a waste of time.
Yeah. Why?
What made the person get into there? Poverty. So why aren't we fixing that? You think if someone can earn a living like normal and not desperate, you think people go
Want to
into
do
drugs because it's a choice. Half of them are desperation. So,
So
if
true, yeah.
if everybody is okay, Star Trek, who the fuck wants to sell drugs?
You wouldn't even need drugs, to be fair.
I would be like, okay, I'll be the sweeper on Starship Enterprise. What's your job? I sweep. I sweep this floor to that floor.
Yep.
But whatever I want, I just ask the computer.
Yeah.
Nobody will sell drugs. For what you want to sell drugs?
I was listening to this short clip of Lee Kuan
Should be
Yew.
facts though.
I was watching this short clip of Lee Kuan Yew talking to I think it was an American interviewer, and he
Yep.
was asking what about the Singapore death penalty when it comes to drugs. And he was saying how it's so weird how you question me this, and if you ask me, if I could kill them 100 times also.
Guys,
I will bring them back from life and kill them
No,
again
it's-
also.
it's-
I'm just like, wow, this guy's fucking savage.
No, it's just because of upbringing, your
Yeah, yeah,
knowledge.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
So
it's-
many factors,
it's
right?
your filters lah. Whatever
Yeah.
filter you use, that's how you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I give you the norm now. Your basic thing. Oh, excuse me. Basic thinking of America, conservatism, blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Okay, then the GOP, which is the
What's GOP?
GOP is Democrat and Republican.
Oh, okay.
So Republican, okay, the Republican Party. If you say Lincoln was a progressive, people say cannot because he was a Republican.
right.
So how can he be progressive?
Or because of the Overton thing that shifted, maybe?
It's simple. Back then, you didn't have the Democrat Party.
Oh.
The Republican Party was progressive. How can I prove that the Lincoln was progressive? Guess who wrote a letter to Lincoln? Karl Marx,
Holy
saying,
shit.
"I like what you're doing." It's a fan letter to Lincoln. So, is that good enough to sign to say he's progressive? But he was a Republican. So, the perspective of what we see now,
It's a very different perspective than
it's
what
because
it was before.
that's why you got to move the Overton window to back then, and then only like, okay, was it progressive? So you cannot use current filters to define.
Yeah.
But everybody cannot. It takes time to think. People are lazy. Tell me what do you want me to think? Okay, I'll think that. That's how the world
It's
works.
easier to process, right?
Yeah,
People
that's
tell
why now
GOP means
followers-
Grand Old Party, by the way.
Ah, yeah. Republican. No, it's funny. It's funny that how it is now, and the whole Overton, and it's like the Green New Deal. I love it. I love what they're trying to do. It's so funny. Climate change, no such thing, no such thing. Suddenly lake meat drying
Yeah.
up. Okay, it's here.
But I think humans, right, always have this whole like, oh, it's not my problem until it's my problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't participate in voting. I wouldn't be involved. I wouldn't voice out. I wouldn't do anything. But then suddenly, when you lose a job, hey, why the government don't help people?
Wait, do you vote?
Of course.
Okay, good.
100%.
If I didn't vote, my dad would sound the fuck out of me also.
Why?
That's one.
Why?
He's like, how can you complain when you
Okay.
don't even try?
There you go. Done. Simple. That's the best answer.
When I was a kid, I was like, what's the point? What's the point?
You did your part.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the bullshit that happens after that is other people's dealings. You did your part. And you still continuously can do your part.
Yeah, I always try, right? So when he made that point, I'm like, yeah, true lah. I mean, how can I have a right to fucking complain when I don't even try to fucking fix the problem, right?
Like when I spoke to that YB, I was like, he didn't expect me to ask those questions lah. Like the questions that stumped him was why they act like children, and he's like only some of them lah, because they believe their people want them to act like that. I'm like, okay. Next one, why don't have retirement age? And then he's like, how can you make people stop their job? I'm like, you do that to all civil servants. Everybody has a retirement age. Why don't you all have? Then he's like, I said, if anyone puts a retirement age to a politician, I'll vote for you. You have my vote.
My God, that is brilliant.
And then he's like, no, but most politicians start at 45. I'm like, okay, so what's a good deal? Okay, 4 terms. I'm like, set 4 terms, 65. Retire after 65.
Fair.
I accept that.
Yeah.
So go. And then he's like,
So go.
do it lah.
I wonder why, right? It's like because they got so many people to please, they don't dare
They
to
want to
make
hold on to power.
Right.
That's all it is.
Back
lah.
to the thing. It's power. Everything is just power.
Whether I'm 65, 95,
I don't care.
1005.
Power. It's all about, I got the power. Okay, old
It's like
songs.
tune.
No, we get it.
We get it. I know that part. I know that song. It's a Bruce Almighty reference as well.
Oh, thank God. Yes. Thank God for movies and
Amazing
TikTok. And I see TikTok nowadays like playing like old songs, and then people just like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, it's old. It's okay. I even saw this. This happened to my sister, a millennial. So
It happened to my sister, a millennial. Wow.
No,
JJ.
my sister's one of the persons that works with her. So that person was a millennial. So she showed a video of her daughter singing "It's a Hard Knock Life" and then the person's answer is like, "Oh my God, that's so cute. She knows Jay-Z." And then we're like, huh?
That is literally the furthest thing I could conceive of. You might as well say Chance the Rapper, bro.
Because Jay-Z has a song "Hard Knock Life."
Yeah.
Using the Annie thing. And then
okay.
she's like, "No, it's Annie." Who?
No,
And then
because JC remixed the song. I mean,
no.
can you really blame though?
No, I can't.
Right. It's like the guy doesn't know what he doesn't know.
No, but because you're not exposed to it.
Right.
But whose fault is not being exposed? You see, your biasness that you learn while growing up is not your fault. The inability to change, that's yours.
Oh, for sure. But maybe
Fair.
like that kid after that comment, he's like, hey Jay-Z, then you're like, bruh, it's not.
Yeah.
Then he like,
Yeah.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then change lah.
After that, change lah. I don't mind. So that's why I said the first part is not your fault.
Yeah.
But after that, if you don't change, it's your fault.
Yeah. I didn't know Bohemian Rhapsody until I was like 20, bro.
Oh, you don't. My household knows. I grew up with Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah,
Nat
it's
King
so
Cole
good.
and all that, and moved through everything because
This is different, man.
we just
But you know, right? Like when you grow older now, and then you see the generation that actually. Okay, so the latest one is the Gen Z people, right? And they go like the she.
I don't know what. Oh God, yeah, I know that.
in the
word.
she, and then they post this
I don't really
way, and then
understand
What is that?
I don't know. They just
This
post
is
this.
it's a K-pop reference apparently.
Oh, is it?
Oh, K-pop.
I think some 안녕하세요 band did
this.
It's part of a dance, and then
That blows my mind. The K-pop pop.
Why?
just didn't see it coming, lah, right?
No, not that I don't see it coming. It's because Malaysian English radio stations have a rule that you cannot play Bahasa Malaysia.
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
You cannot play Bahasa Malaysia.
English stations cannot play BM, lah.
Yes,
Songs also cannot.
cannot.
Cannot say Malay words. Can say.
Kind of. You cannot have half and half.
You cannot say, hey, I makan already.
It's I don't know whether the rules change, but it's like that.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
And then Malaysian radio stations like, no lah, we cannot play Malaysian artists. We separate them as that. But then Korean come, okay, let's play full Korean song. Oh, Despacito, full Spanish song. I'm like,
Despacito full Spanish song.
I'm like, but I thought you had a rule. No, that one's on the charts. I'm like, so you listen to other people, is it? So I just think it's bullshit.
Are they marking you guys as an international channel, or maybe that's the implication?
No, it's
Rules
'cause-
are stupid.
Yeah.
Like we talked about just now. Please don't dance in the club because that's the rule. But you can go to a club where it's packed and closed doors.
Yeah.
Because
We all draw the lines in
yeah,
different places.
COVID attacks you. in
Have you
different
seen
ways.
this TV show called Mad Men?
Yes,
You
of
have,
course.
right? Like Don Draper and shit, right? You know, there's this scene where he says, "Life is simple. You're born alone and you die alone, and then life just throws a bunch of rules at you." And here trying to have as much fun as I possibly can.
That's why I live by 2 rules. My two rules are simple.
Yeah.
Just
Just
live by
now
that.
that you think about it, it's true, right? Like
Just
you
live by those 2 rules and don't give a fuck about anyone else.
But you cannot, you see, because I think like the police and everything is then you live within that circumstance, right?
Okay. Dancing naked on the table. All right. Where is that? Where are you dancing naked?
Hopefully not in Parliament.
Okay.
But
So if you're dancing naked in Parliament, there's a rule not to do that.
Yeah.
So your action goes to second one. Are you hurting yourself, mentally or physically, or someone else? Yes, you are, because someone else is like
seeing your
offended
dick
by
being
that.
swung around,
So
lah, I guess.
don't.
Cannot lah.
Rule 2. That.
Yeah, lor. Yeah. Fair game, I guess. You know, I didn't
But
even
if you
cover
do-
any of the fucking questions.
You don't
yet,
need to
know.
lah.
Oh, you got
That's
questions? Okay.
Yeah,
bro.
Go.
It's so
Quick fire,
fucking
quick
sad.
fire, quick fire. Go,
Bro,
go, go.
it's already like almost 3 hours.
Sorry. Quick fire. Just do quick fire. Quick fire.
Yo, fuck lah. On your LinkedIn, right, I was looking at it and it says you did consultant programming, talent, and content development.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Content development.
Like video? Like
no. Content development is ideations of what you need to get out there. What's the message you need to get out there? How to get that message
Also, you
out,
would
all
assist.
that whole
I
ideation
see.
of that. So that is...
How do you
content-
transition to that?
I've done it all my life with radio.
Oh, then they just. But did you apply for that, or did they come to you, or you
People
know?
come to me.
Oh.
I had CEO friends who are like, dude, my marketing is got a problem. We don't know how to do this. Come in. So I'll come in and consult. And then the marketing team is like insecure. I'm like, look, I'm not here to take your job. I'm just an outside eyes.
Sure.
It takes 2 days to calm everybody down. And then only go, let's work.
But do you feel like a majority of marketing people nowadays, right, actually don't know what they want?
Yes.
I always feel that because when I have a conversation with them and they tell me this,
No,
I always ask them, what's your objective actually?
They don't have. So when it comes, I've done this to, I pity that person lah. Because they called me in as to consult. So I came in like consult, and the boss was there, and then the marketing manager was there. So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, okay, if your product, I'm not going to say what product, is a person, describe that person. And then they're like, huh? I'm like, if that product was a person, your product is a person, describe that person right now to me. And then they're like, I
They
don't
hang,
know.
ah.
They hang. What do you mean? No, the boss smile, because the boss then I can describe, and then I'm like, yeah, cool. Then she's like, what? I like simple. We are attracted to certain type of people. So if you know your product as a person, you know what people you're going to attract.
Yeah.
So you know,
Right.
okay, now the dressing is wrong. You're attracting the wrong people. Change the dressing. If you know the content of the speech, change the speech. So, do you know if you take your product as a person, does it have an image? No. Then you are doing you're just simply trying.
Yeah.
Back to the look in the mirror. Who are you when you want to create content?
Wonder you're a consultant, lah, bro.
I was going to ask what was your routine as well. No, I mean during hits, because I know that you wake up at odd hours, right?
Yep.
To start. So what's your routine like when you wake up in the morning?
Just wake up, brush teeth, go to work.
What
Read
time?
newspaper. I'm in the studio by 5:30. I've never been late. I only
Jesus.
been late once.
Where is the studio? In
Astro.
Bukit Jalil. Ah?
Yeah.
Brother,
So
the commute from
every-
Subang.
Yes, every day. So
But then again, so early, no jam lah.
yeah, no jam. The jam is always on the other side of the road. It's very fun. That's why when I left Radiooh, I hated jams. What the hell is this? It's like,
Bro, don't you think recently the jam is so fucking bad?
yeah, I know.
Horrendous, man.
It's yeah.
Oh shit. The backlit ran out bad.
That's how you know, man.
I'm sorry, we speak a lot. Actually, I speak a lot.
No, it's okay. So
Next
currently
question.
enjoy-
Go.
okay.
Quick fire.
Why did you leave hits? Actually, you kind of covered it.
Yeah,
lah.
kind of. Okay, why I left hits basically because I fought for my rights and they didn't like it and they told me to leave. If you go, you just simple thing. Go
Yeah.
to my TikTok. I've answered it in detail, and
Sweet.
everybody like, they did that to you. They actually marched me out with a security guard on my last
Seriously?
day. Oh, you didn't see my TikTok.
because I saw it on your Instagram also. I think it's the same video, lah, right? Yeah.
They marched me out.
I don't think it mentioned that security marched you out. That's intense.
Yeah, I know, because I the last day I had, I knew it was something weird. So I was walking to the boss office, I saw the security, I knew what was going to happen, but never mind. Walked in, boss said, sorry, I have to do this, can I have your tag? Security is there, thank you, bye. And then they walked me out.
Fucked up. How did you feel?
shit because I didn't get to say bye to my friends there. I worked there for 14 years, but yeah.
His life goes on.
I need to watch that TikTok video. Brother, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's a very insightful video.
Yeah.
Very concise.
And you actually see the last day I was in the studio. The last time I ever was in Hit Studio, I knew it was going to be my last time.
You were in the recording room, right? I think.
Yeah.
You were
I
taking the
record
video.
that.
Yeah.
I did that myself because I knew, and Ian was my on-air partner. He's like, no, like coming back. You got another month. I'm like, nope. I know that this is.
Do you still talk to Ian?
Yeah. Still a friend.
He's still at his, right? I think.
Ian's-
I don't follow his
Ian's
hits
still
and
my
shit.
kind of my younger brother kind of thing. So Ian was my younger brother. Rudy was my best on-air partner because we had the best chemistry. And Ezra, when I was on Red, was the person I was giving the range to because I thought she was that talented. So
What was the difference between hits and red?
Red was gave me the rights to break radio as we know it.
And hits was not, because hits is
Stuck
controlled.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was breaking. You ask anybody who listened to Red during that time, they're like, shit, this is so different. We changed the perspective, the style of music, and the target audience and everything.
I respect that, man. Yeah.
But you still need money, so
Yeah,
you don't get
at
the
the end of the
numbers,
day.
clients,
sales,
and
yeah.
blah.
It's such a shame.
Quite, quite.
But then you moved after Red
Yep.
to being a creative director at 3 Core Media. Was that the consulting one?
Yes.
Oh, that was the consulting one.
Then no, Trico Media wasn't consulting. I was actually the creative director. After that, I did consulting and all that. But Trico Media before Trico Media, I was consulting and all, and then I went into Trico as a creative director. And I didn't study all this graphic
Marketing
design and all.
jargon and whatever.
I cannot do all that.
Okay.
So when I went in, I was like, look, you guys, the graphic, you are good at your game. I can roughly do what you do. Whatever you can do, it'll take me 3 hours to do something. It'll take 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know how to do it as fast as y'all. But I know what is needed. So work with me. We'll come up with great different things. Like I came up with an ad for Takaful program.
Oh, okay. Insurance.
So basically, you know what Hiba is?
No, I know Muhiba lah.
So Hiba is in Islam. Hiba is basically whatever you promise no one can take that. That is a promise already. So in your insurance, when you Hiba this amount to this person, no one can take that away for you.
Got it.
Can't take ownership of property from one party to another.
What I did for the ad was basically redid Cinderella.
The shoe and
The whole Cinderella is, if Cinderella's dad signed the Hiba, she didn't need Prince Charming.
oh, this is the prequel.
No, it's the truth. So that's
Because
basically what
that's
I
how
did
she
in the
ended up
video.
being fucking poor
Yeah.
and didn't get the property. And
So I
Right,
just
right.
did that. So everybody like, cool.
I think it's so tough being in Malaysia because I think like there's a bit of explanation because we're so used to that rudimentary take in and then only understand, but
Yeah.
you don't go that one step further in that
It's
thought process.
fun. I like that.
I feel like I'm fucking slow sometimes.
No, you're not. You just have to actively
Consider.
look. Like,
Right.
okay,
And learn
information, cool.
and
What
research.
other?
Yeah.
Just I'm actively doing that all the time.
You do sort of like a podcast / show right now, right?
Kind of.
Right.
Kind of.
What made you want to start that?
Because I was bored.
I somehow knew you were
enough.
going to say that. I somehow knew you were
I
going to
was
say that.
bored, and then I'm at the laundry, and if a celebrity friend of mine drops by, he's got an hour to kill. So let's just talk. That's why, and I like the whole concept of I work in layers, right? So come clean with JJ has a double meaning to it. I'm cleaning your clothes, and come clean now.
I see.
But why did you decide to do a laundry business?
It's passive income. I don't have to be there right now, and it's still earning me money.
Operating.
A follow-up question on that. Does it make a lot of money?
It can. Not yet. It can. So when I opened up the shop in January, gross income was only $3,000.
Yep.
It didn't even pay for rent. Last month it made 11.
Whoa.
Good money.
So slowly, and it can go up to 24.
Sure. this is someone who's doing like manual labor, dry cleaning, or is it
No, it's machine.
coins in the machine?
Not coin. It's all app based. There's no coins in machine.
Right.
Oh yeah, I saw your video where like people try to pay coins. You're like, there's no coin. It's
Yeah,
app.
then so it's fun. I even did a bloody song about it because I got bored of people asking why not coin.
So listen to the song.
So I just made a song just for the heck of it.
What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done or said on air?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You're not even one thing.
No, you have to realize embarrassing is when you are ashamed of what you did. Like, oh shit, I should have done that. I did whatever I did.
Okay. So for me,
I wish I could live as comfortably in my own skin as you do yours.
Because I've never bothered of what other people think about me. I've always bothered about what I think about myself. Until the day I left radio. Not many radio DJs do this. I don't think anyone does. From the day I started radio till the day I left radio, every day after my show, I sat down and listened to myself like a listener to see whether what I tried to convey went through. I like erase all the facts I presented. Like I know, I just listen.
Right.
And see whether I was clear or not. Was I insightful? Was I too inside jokes?
self-improve.
I do that every day until the day I left radio.
I don't even think I do this for this podcast, but this podcast is really fucking long.
I know, but
Damn.
but here's the thing: you know exactly each moment in this podcast. Even though it's 3 hours, you know moments.
Yeah.
So you can fast forward to moments and find out.
For sure. The spikes and all
So
that. Yeah.
you can still actively do it, but
Sometimes it's also difficult, right? Because I'm not defending my ability to do so and all the time and whatever. I'm sure like if you sleep a bit less, you work a little bit harder, I'm pretty sure you can achieve it, man.
yep.
It's just that sometimes I feel like I let my instincts sort of govern the conversation
Same.
in some sense.
Same.
But then like at that moment of reflection, I realized like maybe that point, right, I shouldn't have let my instinct.
No. You
You know,
got
that
it
way?
wrong. Okay. Let your instincts guide your way.
Yeah.
And my instincts still guide me no matter what. But by listening to myself, okay, I've learned how to say the same thing different ways.
Oh, so that it is it's
I see.
conveyed a more effective way, perhaps.
Yeah. Different ways of presenting.
Yeah.
That's all what I'm doing. I just how to say the same shit differently.
Because the instincts still work. It's just that how you
Instinct is
communicate.
important.
Yeah.
That's the spark. That's the one that brings people in because they want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
If you start being guarded and filtered and all that,
People can somehow feel that.
100%.
right?
Can smell the bullshit. for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
But find different ways of presenting. So if you hear me at the start, I was more crude. Now I'm more refined. That's the only difference.
I feel that the embarrassing part, I know a lot of moments of embarrassment. Then I think as I grow older, I just kind of look back and like, that
But-
was kind of fun.
But the definition of embarrassment changes as you you be more comfortable with yourself. Then it's like it's not embarrassing.
Yeah. It's a sense
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Just
That's true. That's
shit
true.
happened,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
I remember I did my first YouTube video and then I was like looking at it, I'm like, wow, damn cringe. But then as
you
I grow older,
you
I'm
should
like,
hear my first radio show. I still have the cassettes on.
oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh, the cassettes.
yeah. I don't know whether it's Molly, but I have the cassettes.
Oh, dude, you should really just like.
I don't know if I can.
digitally-
I'll try it one too. But yeah,
That's quite fucking
I've got
crazy, bro.
cassettes.
Couple more questions.
Shoot.
Like, a few more actually.
Go ahead.
What is the proudest moment in your career?
Proudest moment.
Yeah. Actually, the last question really asked, which is whether radio will stick around. You said no, complete. It will die, lah. But like
I
you
don't
know.
know if I have the email from that person.
Wow, you have an email? Proudest
No,
moment of your career?
It's I'll paraphrase.
Okay.
All right. And I think the person's name is Kin. So anyway, when I was last day at Red, I was like, bye everybody, blah 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 blah. And
Thank fuck no security.
yeah, they allowed me to say bye. So I got this message from this person. So the person's basic message is, thank you so much. You know, I've been listening to your career. I've listened to you grow. Grow and change and all that. I've enjoyed every moment about it. But here's the thing. I grew up in a very conservative kampong. I'm a kampong girl. So this kampong girl started listening to you, and because of you, this kampong girl wanted to learn English. And because of you, this kampong girl went to college, and now, because of you, this kampong girl is a chartered accountant. So that for me was like, chun.
Fuck. I hope one day in my life someone would say that about me.
No,
lah.
but that was my like, shit.
Yeah.
My hard work paid off. I inspired someone to better themselves. So I'm cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I only hope that one day, if people listen to this podcast, maybe in the year
Dude,
2060 or some fuck like that.
As long as you're true to yourself and keep moving forward, there will be people who will be affected by what you do. Everything you do, no matter how small or big you are, causes a ripple, depending on where the ripple goes and what happens.
Hopefully, don't inspire like a mass shooting
Sure.
or some shit like that.
Had to go dark, like,
Let's hope, lah.
I know the light went off.
I think that's more or less it. But usually we have traditional questions, so we usually
Go.
sign off with the "Do you watch anime?" question.
Oh God, no.
Oh, you don't
I don't.
such
That's
a shame.
okay.
But do I know reference of it? Yes,
What
because
reference?
I've got niece. The stupid Naruto run and all that. You know, I get it, but it never drew me in. So
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
But if you talk about the Thundercats and cartoon my
characters.
age,
Sure.
Favorite cartoon at the time?
of course the Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Come on,
Come on. It's like it's so obvious.
yeah, it's so confusing, because
They're somewhat human,
they're
but
just
cats.
human, they're cats, and each cat has their own little ability, and then everyone else didn't age except for that stupid lion, because the lion's chamber messed up, and then everyone like grew old, stayed the same, and he grew old but acts young. It's crazy.
Thundercats was at the very, very early start.
Correct.
So for me,
Eye of Thundera. Give me sight beyond
I
sight.
think I was like 4 years old when I
It's the
watched it.
truth.
But I only watched a few episodes.
Thundercats. Shing, the light.
And then it was
everybody
the Conan era, and then after that, it
just-
slowly
and the TV
transitioned.
series last time was simple. It's
Yeah.
like, Knight Rider, Airwolf. I loved Airwolf because I knew when the bad guy was gonna die. It's simple. He can have the fight and nothing is, he's not gonna die. The bad guy's not gonna die until the song starts.
Oh, then you know.
Okay, he's gonna die. And then the finale. Then the missile is gonna shoot. Then the die. Simple. It's simple.
But I think as time
Things get
passes,
complicated.
yeah, like for example, Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo is always a scary thing.
Yep.
They go through a scary thing, realize it's not scary.
Yeah.
It's some baddie that's
dude,
behind the
yeah.
scene. And so if it weren't for those meddling kids,
Yeah.
right. I think as you grow older, then after you start to think like, hey, actually it's quite repetitive, right? What the fuck?
Correct.
Then but you don't realize as a kid, to them every episode is a unique episode.
Right.
It's just only
but the funny part about Scooby-Doo, the lesson is face value. You don't take everything face value.
Yeah, true.
There's shit
Yeah.
behind the scene. Just look at it and then and they try to say everything in life is like that. So even though there are different
Right.
cases, just
It's like social media today,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't take everything in face value because then you'll be like I remember when what was it? Utusan Malaysia. That was the funniest one. So there was a parody site put up a parody article saying Sinead O'Connor, after realizing that because she became Muslim, so Sinead O'Connor realized that once you're Muslim you cannot drink alcohol. Now she's Hindu. So it was just a joke. It's a parody site. If you Google that site that wrote that, it actually says we are a parody site.
Nice.
But Utusan Malaysia took it and ran it as fact. Utusan Malaysia.
Wow. Yeah, man. Clearly, don't take everything at face value.
So
Fuck,
that's
the
why
hell.
when I saw that, I'm like, oh, well done. Thank you for proving whatever we think right. But yeah,
I think a majority of the newspapers nowadays as well, I feel.
because it's
What is facts? You know? Like, they don't
Yeah,
even-
what are facts?
Okay.
Who knows?
do your research and find out the affiliation to politic parties for each major newspaper you have and major
And you'll
media.
understand.
Then you'll understand how it's skewed,
Directed,
and why
right,
the
way.
words. So each of them have.
I reckon that's the same for radio.
Yeah.
Huh.
Except for Astro. Astro is a tricky kettle of fish.
Sure.
So Astro was a tricky kettle of fish because the government needed a seat at the table. So this is the history I know is one of the things of to be for Tun to be at a table of something like that.
Tun.
It is the world table lah, the world table. So to be at that table, you have to have your country launch a satellite.
No
So the first
fucking way.
first Astro satellite was a piece of shit. But just to say, hey, there, I've got one. Okay,
I see.
I needed a seat at
That sounds like the most fucking Malaysian thing we've ever done.
Half
And that
acid,
is-
bare minimum.
Yeah, that is
Get what I mean.
literally our fucking country.
No, but that's started something. So I've got no anger against that. But yeah, it's gangster move, man. Think of that. That's gangster
That's
shit.
gangster shit, yeah.
To
Oh,
send a
cannot
fucking
lah. Okay lah.
Hey, launch it lah.
Okay,
launch it.
now what?
Yeah.
That's gangster. Dude. That's like fucking gangster. I love that.
I used to think media was really entertaining until I realized that there were a lot of restrictions when it came to political.
It's entertaining if the people doing media knows how to jump around the circles. We used to do it all.
But nowadays, no. That's the thing, right?
Everybody don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah,
They
tak ada
don't-
bola je.
But don't you think it's also like it's never going to change now? Because right now you have Netflix and shit, and you have YouTube, and you have so many things that don't even need to push them
Yeah.
to think of that.
I give you this. I'm saying this from a place of love.
Okay.
All right. Douglas is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Douglas is a friend of mine.
Douglas is Lim.
Yeah. Before he joined Fly, look at the content he created. Now look at the content he creates. That's all I can say.
That be it, man.
It's just I don't know lah. I don't want to fucking do. I don't want to fucking say lah.
Just speak your mind. Man.
This is why.
And as long as, remember, the safest way to speak your mind is not to form judgment. It's an opinion and you're willing to listen to the other
Yeah,
side.
for sure.
So always, whatever you have, make sure it's an opinion, not a judgment. Don't say
Yep,
that is bad. You can say, I feel that's kind of wrong because in my opinion, blah, 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 blah. But, but that's my point of view. I'm willing to listen to yours. What
I
do you
have been doing that a lot recently. Now that you say that,
do that and no one will hate
it's only a shame that I only realized this at 30.
you. But
okay, man.
But you have to know facts. You have
Yeah,
to
yeah, for sure. You can't just simply fucking-
I give you this. You wanna touch religion. One of the things I like to bring up, especially when it comes to Islam, a lot of people are like there is a hadith. Hadith is like stories from past of the. So one of the hadith is about a prostitute who saw a dog that was thirsty, and she took out her shoe, took water from the well, gave it to the dog, and because of that single action, she earned a place in heaven. That's the story. All right. The one I always ask people is, did she die right after that? No. Okay, she continued her job.
As being a prostitute.
And she's in heaven. So who are you to judge other people?
It's true. You don't know, right? You don't know the good things that people have done.
But I'm not poking fun, not attacking. I'm just saying that's a story. If that's your story, I'm
riding
looking
on
at
that
the
story.
Yeah.
So now if you're offended by that, then I'm sorry. But that's my perspective of what I see. Tell me, educate me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's fair, right? Yeah, it's not.
It's just, it's that temporary fame in the comment section. It's that fucking like button at the comment now. That's the real fucking problem, bro. Because now you just want to be that temporary famous comment, where you can shit on someone and be like, everybody's going to like that comment because everybody just feels that way.
Correct. So I'm like, fleeting fame is not cool. But the funny part is, if that statement caused your podcast to close down, I'm sorry.
Oh no, bro. I'm gonna cut this clip out, and it's gonna be a dedicated TikTok video, and I'll fucking tag you, JJ.
No, but the only way for you to be able to speak like that is for you to read and learn and understand. So I come from a place of I've read, learned, and understood. That point of view, I could be wrong.
And you are willing to learn, you see? That's the thing. If there were different facts proposed to you, you'd be like,
Yeah, okay,
I
cool,
guess.
fair.
Yeah, that's fair then.
It's just, I think now the generation is just, I see it as face value and you're like,
Black
fuck
and
it.
white,
Yeah.
everything
It's so
black and
easy
white.
to just shit on it.
Shitting on things is the easy way out.
Yeah.
discussing things. There's one like, tired lah, bro. Move lah.
Oh, yo, dude. JJ, I just had this I did a podcast, right, with another podcast. And like, they cut out this specific clip where I said, like, maybe that bitch just wants attention. Right?
yeah.
Oh, bro. Because, so Context, right, is a story of this woman who was doing her groceries. And this guy asked her, like, hey, you look really sexy. Where do you live?
Okay, that's creepy as shit.
It's creepy as fuck, lah. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah.
I said, that's creepy as fuck.
Yep.
Okay, but how do you know whether that story is true? Because this is like world of buzz, and people over there
Correct.
rely on this clickbaity story
Yeah,
to
yeah.
put food on the table. So how do you know whether this story
What was
is
the whole
real?
context of the show? Story. The whole story.
That's why we don't know. We only know the world of buzz article that says.
That's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how you know? Maybe this girl created all this shit. You also don't know, right? All I'm saying is I don't know.
I love the whole story. I love the whole story. If I remember when I did the Your MC thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're talking too long. Okay, never mind. We'll end it now.
It's okay.
So one of the Your MC guests I brought on was this kid who wanted to correct a wrong, because one thing went viral where they say this alim ulama old man was trying to touch a girl's leg. It went viral. The content, the video. Sure. Right, video. So this
That's
guy
got fucked up, bro.
So the guy is there, and he went. The guy looked at the video, is like, no, that video doesn't look that way, and then went to look for this guy and ask him. He's like, huh? I didn't know my video was viral. Oh, tak ada. What happened was, this girl, Chinese girl with the short pants, sleeping, and the fella wearing a jubah. So when she sat on his baju, and he's like
Pulling,
trying to
pull. Oh my god!
pulling his baju. If you look at the video, he's actually doing that. So but his hand is touching her leg because he's trying to pull. He's like,
Right.
so he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was going viral, but no, I wasn't doing anything like that. I was like, but if you look at the thing, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But because the context of the video, look at this gatal old man touching a Chinese girl's leg, and then he went,
Wow.
But this guy who went to find for the truth was Indian. He's like, no, this is wrong, and
Right.
I'm going to search for this fella, and he went around, and he found the guy.
Dedicated as fuck.
No,
Dude.
but like once again, context. So
Yeah.
the whole Will Smith thing, and like
Yeah.
we discussed earlier, context. Whatever we discuss, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
find out the whole context and discuss it.
Yeah.
And don't just take small bits and pieces, because whatever today 3 hours of we talking, you take bits and pieces of
Habis lah,
whatever.
bro.
Could have been anything, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, you come talk to me if you think whatever I said was wrong. I'll willing to listen to you.
Thanks for
I'm
coming
more
on the
than that.
podcast, man.
Really appreciate it, dude.
Thank
Had
you.
a great time.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time too, man.
Right?
Yep.
Fucking fun, right? I love this shit. I fucking love
Amazing,
this shit.
man.
This is why we don't do it for the views, bro.
The
This
money
is
lah,
this is
bro.
what I jerk off to at night. I fucking love this type of conversation.
All of a sudden, I don't know. I don't know how you feel. Uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable.
Luckily, you wear long sleeve lah, bro.
Okay, man. Dude, thanks, man.